Valentine's Day.
Look at all you amazing people that came and tuned in. You guys are awesome.
Oh, you guys, we're really
Hi.
happy to have you. Gives us something to do on this quarantine, lockdown, Valentine's Day.
So, who's here? Liz Wade. Wonder if Stevie or Tobias or Worm will participate. Well, the
Worm is not here.
The Worm baby isn't here right now, but the Stevie baby and Tobias baby are running around. They're probably sleeping.
The Worm is up with my parents providing
Hey,
post-COVID
Colleen.
relief.
Hey, Liz Wade. Jen Spicer, what's up, girl? Colleen.
I'm so blind I can't see you chatting, but I
Colleen
will
Volk on
listen.
Facebook. Colleen Volk on
Colleen.
Facebook and Colleen CDR on Twitch.
Love it.
Yes.
Living
We
for
got both
it.
Colleens here. Thanks, guys. Liz
I
Wade.
love the Colleens. I have good
This might
history
be a
with that
little-
name.
I wish I could just scroll this chat and make it bigger or smaller. Let me just. It's a little too big.
Is it too big for you?
It's like elderly big.
Hey!
No, to the point.
And I still can't see it.
No, it's just. I can't quite. It's hard to kind of grasp.
You'll have to read
Messages
to
are
me,
going to go so
Chase.
fast.
You'll have to read to me.
Well, I'd have to stare at the screen to make sure I wouldn't miss a message.
Well,
Because
if
I
we
look
miss
away,
a message,
See
don't
there,
hold
that's-
it against us. It's my blindness.
So there, can you still read that? That's a little. That's better.
I can
Oh,
read
you know what
that
I can
if
do?
I...
I can do this. I can do this. I forgot I can do this.
Oh, can you make... Oh, okay, that's kind of better. Okay, hey guys. Okay, good. I can sort of see.
I can do this. Wait, I get better. I'm getting better at this. Look, I'm getting better at this.
I don't know. I think I just need LASIK, dude. I don't know.
Ah,
what's doing
yeah,
it.
this is fucking
I
awesome.
think I just need...
Yeah, get late. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about LASIK real quick, guys. We're just gonna chat. We have time. We're here to hang out.
I'm shuffling
We
these
got
anyway.
dressed up, looking nice. It's Valentine's Day. We have more plans after this. Don't worry. But we are really excited that you guys decided to come and join us. God, we got 26 people hanging out. Hey, Michelle. Michelle, hey girl, thanks for hanging. Ilona, hey girl, happy
Hi,
Valentine's
Ilona.
Day. Let's cheers our coffees.
Yes, let's cheers.
Cheers to
our
you
coffees.
guys and cheers to you, my beautiful.
Cheers. Check these coffees out, you guys. They're like 3 layers. It's like
Super coffee, baby.
blue, like hibiscus tea, and then it's milk, and then it's espresso at the bottom.
Word, man.
Because I need it, because I slept for 5 minutes last night.
There we go. This is much better.
Okay, good.
I would even rather put the chat on the other side. I think I can do that. Hold on. I should have done this. I get so excited when I learn new things on this because it makes it even better.
We're big into
And
figuring it out as we go.
it just makes it even-
big into that.
Well, no, 'cause sometimes you don't understand that something is an issue until
No, I get it.
until you're live, and then you're
Listen,
like, "Fuck, I didn't."
I'm not.
And you're like,
I'm
so
not criticizing.
It just takes time. No, I know.
I
you're
could not do any.
I'm having a blast right now.
Of this.
I'm having a blast right now.
So,
guys,
no
don't worry.
explanations
We're warming up,
needed.
guys. We're just breaking ice right now. Cheers, Liz Wade. Cheers, Caitlin. Hey, Caitlin.
Turn down the music a bit. Yeah, agreed.
Thanks for pointing that
I
out.
told him that too,
Done.
but he doesn't listen.
That was
to
actually
me.
something I needed. That's something I haven't learned is when you transition from a scene, I can't have the music immediately just volume down. You should be able to. I don't know why I haven't been able to do that. But I had to do it manually. I don't. Hey, Rachel.
Is it
Rachel.
still kind of too loud, maybe potentially?
No, I turned it. No. To us, you're not going to hear what they're hearing.
Got it.
I've
Okay.
turned on the mixer for them, so I could
'Cause
turn
to
it all the way
me,
off.
it's too loud in
In fact,
here.
I could turn it all the way off for them, and we'll still hear it. You know, I could do that.
Can we turn it down for us a little bit?
Absolutely, we can.
Is that a thing that we can do? And by we, I mean you.
Yeah, and there we go. It's a little bit lower. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah.
You want to change it to the next song?
Sure. Knock yourself out. I have a fuzz on me.
I haven't really gotten to dive much into any other music on this thing, but I subscribed to this free music player that gives you thousands of free songs. It's called Pretzel Rocks. They did not pay me to give you a plug, but for some strange reason, I'm giving you one right now.
What?
It's called Pretzel Rocks, the music player for
Got
this.
it.
And you know, I when I hit subscribe, it was like $5 a month
man, plug
to
away.
have access to over like 2,000 free songs you can use on your streams. So you know,
I feel like I'm always
and that's
compulsively
per like
plugging stuff.
per
that I
genre.
like.
Colleen, so nice to see you. Oh, Caitlin says you look so beautiful today.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Caitlin's always my OG self-esteem booster. I can always count on her when it's rough in a
I
day.
gotta mix this up. I'm drinking like the straight up coffee
The
on the very
espresso
bottom.
from the bottom.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I gave you a straw because I can't drink because I have lipstick on, but you don't have to use the straw if you don't want to.
It's true. I should just.
It's not part of the deal.
You're the one who kept saying you had to drink it with a straw, and I was like,
No,
"It's
that
cool,
was a
drink it
caramel,
like this."
dude. That was a caramel macchiato.
Oh.
Okay, you guys, can I show you this straw that we got from
Maybe I should
Hamburger
drink this
Mary's in West Hollywood last night? Can we discuss the length of this straw?
It's very long.
Let's talk about it.
It's very long.
Can we talk about it? I'm
Very,
keeping it.
Very long.
I'm gonna wash it and I'm gonna keep it.
Well, would you like to get to business?
We can get to business.
We're about to get some serious stuff going here.
very serious indeed.
So
Maybe we should explain the impetus of the game.
And tell them what we would like from them, possibly like their participation, so to
Okay,
speak.
yes. We want you guys to participate with
Yes.
us. So to start out, this was my Valentine's Day gift to Chase. It's called the And Couples Edition. And from what I can gather, there's a bunch of different editions that you can buy. There's like a dating edition, friendship edition, family edition. And this is what it says on the back. An Emmy Award-winning experience. How is it Emmy Award-winning? We don't know. Experience that explores relationships by creating the space for honest communication and deep listening. This game facilitates an environment for vulnerability, more meaningful moments, and stronger understanding for one another by making challenging conversations easy and fun. We'll see. This deck features 199 cards of thought-provoking prompts to get you conversing and connecting deeply. Lean into discomfort, says Brene Brown. Discover something new and explore your relationship, all by asking better questions. So, the
Kian
idea...
says, hey, Kian's here.
Hi, Kian!
What's up, Kian?
My Irish brother.
Nadine from
Hi.
Germany. She's a little new into Twitch. I think she just signed up for Twitch.
Hey, Nadine.
Welcome. Nice.
So, basically, each card has a question on it. We are supposed to sit facing each other, quasi-facing each other, because it's not real
We'll like
conducive
face
to
you
whatever.
too. We'll three face each other.
Exactly. Us in the collective. And you ask the question. You can pass on a question. But if you choose to pass on a question, you have to make 10 seconds of eye contact. And I would rather be dead, so please don't pass on any questions. Okay? I cannot make eye contact.
We
Like,
did
for the
that really
life
well.
of me.
Don't you remember one of the first things we ever did was sit up on our bed upstairs?
Yeah.
And did that kind of thing like that?
Yeah,
Like
because
this.
you made me do it. I was trying to get you to date me, dude. So of course I
then-
dealt with it. I was really trying, but inside I was like, can't wait till it's over.
Sophia,
and then,
hi. Hi from Facebook, Sophia.
Hi.
Liz.
And
Hey from Brooklyn.
hello from Brooklyn.
Nice. Holla, Rayad. What's up?
Okay, so the final thing that we will tell you is sometimes in this deck you'll pull a card that says fill in your own question. We don't want to do that. We want you guys to do that. So if we get a fill in your own question card, somebody in the chat ask a question and we'll try to we'll try to get to it. We might end up pulling multiples. So yeah, it just takes the pressure off us to have to come up with another question. Yes, passing on a question can be dangerous. Exactly. Oh, look, your shirt got approved.
From one and only Fashion Kian over here.
Guess who picked this one out, Kian?
I'm flattered. Thank you, Kian. That means a lot. I've seen your fashion, Kian. I'm
Kian,
flattered.
I showed
Thank you.
him recently your page, and I was like, look what he designed over here. Look what he designed over here. Look at this tea party. We were very impressed. Okay, so
Okay, let's do it.
3 decks of cards, I say. So you pick 12 cards.
So did you want
at a time.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
We've already played this a couple of times, had a blast. Where are those questions? Are they sitting over there or
No
are they
idea.
back in here now?
I think they're back in here.
Should we shuffle these or something? Or what do you think?
Sure, shuffle.
There's
do
a
it.
lot of cards.
I know. There's
Like
199.
Oh, is that how many there are? I was about to say there's like 200 cards here. That's what I was about to say. Rain Man.
Heyo.
500,262. I'm a very good driver. I'm a very good driver.
Chase is a horrible
We have
driver.
pancakes on Tuesdays. Pancakes on Tuesdays.
You can't do Rain Man.
Yes, I
and
can.
claim the driving
But here's the
line.
thing: on
It's
Rain
terrible.
Man, I would not be cast as Raymond. I would be cast as
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, exactly. I would play the asshole brother. That's what I
But
played
then
that in
you would
class.
yell at a big group of
But I
people.
played that in class a lot, and it was a lot of fun. I loved playing that. I worked on that with Evan,
Okay.
and who I did the fight video with. For those that have seen my
Yes.
fight reel, go check it out. Fight reel on YouTube. Go check out my fight reel. It's really cool.
It's really
Go
good.
type in Chase Coleman fight reel. That's Evan I'm fighting in the video. I worked
They couldn't
on.
get that last card in there. That's kind of how I felt. I was like,
What?
199. My OCD's like, 199.
I know. Why couldn't they get? Why would they make it an odd number?
To traumatize innocent people, such as myself.
That's so crazy. Did somebody say that?
Scares the hell out of me with his driving. I know. Thank
no.
you.
Jen actually visited a long time ago. Her
Yeah,
a couple
and
of
you probably
friends,
almost
and
killed her in the car. Because you're wild. Okay,
I still have Helen.
so let's pick 4 from each deck, yeah? Because we have to do 12 for
4
round
for
1.
each.
4 from each deck, because that'll be 3 decks, me and 12. Okay.
I'm just randomly
1,
grabbing.
2, 3, 4. Did you do the center yet?
I've got one of each so far.
One of.
Correct.
Wait. Okay, well
So
that's
now I have
confusing.
4, one of each. So now I could get 3 more of each.
That's not what I meant.
All right, let me put them back.
I guess it
So
doesn't
how many do
matter.
we need to get? Tell me
Just
again.
pick 12. I meant You get 4 from this side, I'll get 4 from this side, I'll get 2 from the middle, you get 2 from the middle.
All right, done.
All right, now we gotta reorganize our piles. What do we do with the discard pile?
I don't always like that.
We just don't know.
Well, I mean, discard pile, I guess, should be over here or something. I don't know.
We can put it back in the box.
That would be a good idea.
Let's put it back in the box. Can't get my little fingernails in here. My press-on nails that I had to do myself. Okay. Fuck COVID. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Rachel. She linked the fight reel right there, YouTube. Thank you, Rachel.
So
Very helpful.
good.
Thank you.
So good.
Hey, Patty. Liz Wade. Are you reading first?
So here's the deal. What do you want me to go first? You have 6, right?
Just to make sure, I was listening earlier, but did we really clarify by participation in the sense that if
We
you
did.
guys,
If it's a fill in the blank card,
yeah,
they have to pose the question.
got it. Okay, and I also would love to hear. Be vocal. You don't have to be quiet. You guys can talk to us the whole time.
Please do.
Just because we're playing the game doesn't mean you're not a part of it. That's what I wanted, I guess, say. Please be vocal and chat and let us know how you feel and what you think and give us input. Like, that's why you're here.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we invited you. So, without further ado, would you like to go first? Or
All right, do you have 6 and I have 6?
I will check, but I'm pretty sure I do. Yes.
All right. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to pick from the center of the pile.
Okay.
Question number 1.
Ooh, I just got a wave of...
Yeah, so did I. I was like, oh my
Wow,
God, what if
my
it's
palm's
something...
starting to swell.
Well,
Oh my
if it's
God.
something bad, I know.
Scary.
Of course, this is the first fucking
Wait,
question.
Rachel, are you saying my shirt is very Maddie Healy 1975 vibes? Because I love you if that's what you said.
All right.
Thank you.
Are
That's what you meant. All
Are
right.
you ready to pay attention?
Yeah,
to this
go ahead.
absolutely mortifying
I
question.
just saw her 1975 thing.
I'm pretty sure, I'm like low-key certain that my mom is tuning in from Facebook, so this is absolutely mortifying. Sorry, Mom.
Oh.
So the
she's
first
gonna get to
question
know us
is,
very closely.
the first
and we're
question
gonna see her
is,
next week.
Is there some sexual act you'd like to try that you're afraid to ask me?
Hey, Miss Garen, I love you.
I know, I'm like the first.
Can you repeat the question?
Is there some sexual act you'd like to try that you're afraid to ask me?
Well, I'm not going to go into graphic detail for the sake of the stream. It is an 18+ stream, but it's not 21+.
Right, it's not 21.
No, but no, I have no fear at all when it comes to our sexual relationship.
I would agree with that. I mean, definitely not afraid to ask you. Maybe won't want like your answer, but I'm not like afraid to ask you. Like if you tell me no, I don't like it. But I wish I could tell them the one thing you tell me no about. I don't think I can.
I'm not red. I just look red on camera, remember? When we did the video for this, I was red as fuck. And she was like, let me put a filter, you're really red. And I was like, damn, and I had to go into the editing software and fix my face.
I think it's because
so
I'm so white, I'm almost like reflective that we have to adjust the ring light so that I'm not blown out, so it makes everyone else's
Your
faces
skin is
look
like
distorted.
porcelain.
It's so white.
But her skin's like porcelain, you know? So it's like,
Thanks,
compared
babe.
to me next to her, it's like, Kiara.
You know what?
No.
The other day, one of my students said to me, this is tangential, and then we'll go back to the sex talk. One of my students the other day, he was like, you're really white. He's 8 years old. You're really white. And I was like, yeah, I know. And he goes, you're not even like a normal brown. And I was like, yeah, I'm not brown at all. And he was like, so you're not Jewish. He's Jewish. He's brown. He was like, so you're not Jewish. And I was like, no. And he was like, are all people who aren't Jewish that white? I was like, all right, Adam, this is enough. All right, back to the question. Okay, no, there's no sexual act I'm afraid to ask you for. There's only one thing you ever tell me no on, which I've pressed ad nauseum in a joking way, but I'm not afraid to ask you about it.
That's just silly
Won't
stuff.
do it. You just
That's
won't
just
do
silly
it.
stuff without
Won't
going
do
into
it.
detail. All right.
Disagree.
We heard from you. I'm honestly not surprised by the answers there. I'm quite comfortable in this. Anyway. Okay, so I feel like we've already done this one, but let's do it now because it's an interesting one.
Well, it doesn't matter if we've done it.
What are you scared to tell me? Why?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I get scared to tell you when I feel jealous about things because I'm afraid it's gonna make me look bad. You know, if you have some sort of, I don't know, any particular thing, you tell me you think some girl's hot or some girl DMs you with like God knows what, because it does happen. And it gives me that like twinge of jealousy. I'm afraid to tell you, not because I think you're gonna be mad at me or you're gonna like whatever. I just know it feels like a petty emotion, and I don't want to look bad in front of you because I care what you think.
I mean, I could round about that, but I don't want to cop out. I want to give you an authentic answer. But I actually would agree with that, even for myself. I feel similarly. However, you have been very vocal to me that you honestly kind of really like it when I get. She likes it when I get jealous.
I appreciate some jealousy. I'm like, correct.
I think for a long time in my life, up to now, jealousy was a very ugly thing I got to be witness to on many occasions, and even of course within my own self. And I hated that. I hated the feeling of it. I hated feeling it about somebody else. I hated feeling it when somebody was on me, and I felt as if, I got defensive about it. You know what I mean? And it's like, it feels like that emotion is so unhealthy. And so I think growing up with that feeling, you're like, ugh, it's toxic. Yeah. It's toxic, and so up to you when it's like, if I feel jealous, I've been growing up feeling like that's toxic. Like you shouldn't, don't experience that. But part of what we have so amazingly been able to learn within this relationship is how you can be jealous for someone, and that can also be an empowering thing for the relationship. And it depends on how you talk and how you communicate regarding it, And I've learned a lot in this relationship about communication. I mean, I've obviously learned a shit ton throughout my life growing up.
I'm such a talker, relationship though. Alone, it's like next level talking.
And then the style of relationship, that we design for ourselves, right. It's like, it's every single relationship, no matter what it's going to be, friendships, mother-daughter relationships, father-son relationships,
right.
You have to communicate in a healthy way. And so it's like, that I feel, especially to this question, what are you scared to tell me and why?
Yeah.
I'm getting closer and closer to a place of where I'm less and less afraid to speak my mind.
That's good.
Because, naturally, relationships are hard, right? Like they're not fucking perfect.
It's hard to react. It's hard to react
hard
in
to
a way
that's defensive sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to react in a way that's like palatable for the other person when something upsets you.
When you feel so upset.
I have a really hard time with like reactivity. Always have my entire life, and not really having real difficulty controlling myself in a lot of ways, like emotionally. Like I always like describe like myself as struggling with right-sized emotions. Like I don't really understand what, like I have a friend who puts it this way. He says, like I never knew fear, I only knew terror. I never knew disappointment, I only knew devastation. And that's very much how I feel in terms of like right-sizing my emotions. So if something happens that I don't like, it feels like a crisis. Like it feels like a crisis. And I know that puts you off sometimes because you feel like you can't tell me things because you don't know how I'm going to react. So I want to work on that.
It's been a growth. It's been a growing process, We've had some great last few, weeks, months, I think, that have been great learning things that have been building.
Oh my God, I get jealous when my cat gives my boyfriend more attention. Liz, the jealousy over the dog it's a real
Listen, let's
thing.
just talk. Let's get it out. I hope Maddie's tuning in. Maddie and Ryan, I hope you're there. I love
sister.
You guys. Maddie and Ryan, you should say hi. I would actually be a little offended if Maddie and Ryan did not at least come say hi.
I'm pretty sure they're planning their wedding and they don't give a fuck about what we're doing.
Who the fuck cares about your Valentine's stream, Chase?
I'm like my sister's maid of honor, and like I'm doing nothing to help for the wedding, 0%, and like her friend Brooke's doing everything, and I'm like, God bless you, Brooke. But I want to respond to a comment I saw in here. I think Jen said it, or no, maybe Liz said it. Who said that? Jealousy is a valid, fair emotion. Yeah, it doesn't make you look bad. Liz said that, and I think that's a really good point and something I'm trying to wrap my head around. I think the reason that jealousy has such a stigma attached to it is because we try to pretend like it doesn't exist, and I think, if we were a little more accepting, I feel, as one of the emotions you can expect, I feel happy, I feel angry, I feel jealous, I feel elated, I feel whatever, I think we'd be a lot better off. So maybe part of my journey in this relationship is like destigmatizing jealousy for myself and maybe for other people. I always like to pan out, All right, ready for another one?
Absolutely.
Why do you think we should stay together?
I mean, there's no reason to not. I don't know. That's the first thing that popped in my head. I was like, I don't know. There's no. Why? There's no reason not to be together.
Valid answer. Yeah, why do I think we should stay together? Well, I like it in here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, why? Jeez, if it's not broken, don't fix it. There's nothing that needs to change.
Right. I think.
That's right, Michelle.
I think I wish that we could explain to people the what? Wait, who are you? What are you laughing at?
I can't point it out, but I'm laughing about it. Can't talk about it, I'm laughing about it.
Lol.
I mean, maybe
Funny.
we don't address it.
Maybe we don't address it.
That's fucking hilarious.
But what was I gonna say? I got distracted, by a tit-related comment.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Oh, I wish we could.
Thank you, Caitlin.
I wish I could like express to people like how well we get along most of the time.
Yeah.
Like 95% of the time, me and Chase are like best friends. Like we like fucking hang out. We do everything together. I always used to be like ugh, couples that did everything together. But now I get it, and I'm like, oh, I want to do everything with you because you're fun, and I like being with like. I even want you to come to like my, like, you know, I'm like, oh, girls brunch. I'm like, well, can Chase come to a girls brunch? You know, and then the 5% that we don't get along is really hardcore and like really out of control. That not out of control, like not like violent. You know what I mean? But like just a lot of meanness back and forth. But that being said, like if 95% of your relationship we get along as well as we do, I think you have to. I think that's the best you're ever gonna get. You know what I mean? At least that's how
the
I
way
feel.
we've built this has been so fun. Like I think looking back in hindsight, you know, it's every fucking thing in life is a rocky road. It doesn't matter. You're never gonna always have a clean, cool breeze of a flow. Like whether show you're filming or whatever theater play you're acting in, whatever class you're in, you're always gonna have something that's gonna be like, fuck, that sucks, or whatever, right? It's not gonna be like perfect. Nothing's perfect.
Right.
So, and the same thing for a relationship. It's not fucking perfect, but there are good ones and there are bad ones. You know, there are better ones and there are not so good ones, right? We both have had some crazy ass relationships in our lives, and we've had some also great ones that have, you know, I'm still great friends with a majority of my former girlfriends. You know,
I have a crush on every single former girlfriend of Chase's. It's like it's actually a problem. Like, it's actually a problem. I'm always like, oh, like, can I see a picture of so and so?
I have a great taste. I have a great taste in women. I'm sorry.
I'm the creepiest.
I have a great taste in women.
I'm the creepiest new girlfriend on the ex-girlfriends. I'm so creepy.
Thanks,
okay.
Liz.
Both of you are a ton of fun.
Be a pain to move, Michelle's. I'm like, hell yeah, be
God,
a
it's
fucking
the
move.
Every time we get in a fight, I'm like, well, we better do something about this because I moved all my shit in here. Apologize to me. All right, you ready for another one?
Yeah. Is it me time?
It is you time.
Me draw.
It is you draw.
All right. Yep. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, Colleen. All right, here we go. Oh shit, this is a good one. Taylor, what do you get from porn that you don't get from me?
More people at once, but that's not always true. I feel like it depends on what we're watching and when. Checking the tits out.
Oh my
He planted
God.
it. Well, when he said it, I was like, I think I've got some unevenness happening. Yeah, I think, well, it depends on what I'm watching. I don't think about porn as like a substitute. I think about it as like an enhancement.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I think you should answer this question, but as it pertains to VR porn only.
VR porn, that's something else. We're not going to go into graphic detail on this stream. That's another stream. That's a whole other stream, people.
The 21 and up stream. What do you get from porn that you don't get from me?
I mean, nothing. As you just said, like, porn is just fun to just add to it sometimes, you know? Just to be like, I don't know, it's like...
Something to do.
I don't know, it's just... It's like adding a pepper or something sometimes. That's all it is.
Adding a pepper?
Or, no, it's like adding pepper to, like, food. You get what I'm talking about?
That was so lost on me. Don't you love that we've reviewed these a couple of times? We played this game twice, and we've never once come across a sex-related question, and now there's been 2 in the 12
it's like
that we drew.
meant to be that they're gonna like get all the sex shit out on Valentine's Day.
They're gonna get all the sex shit.
Because we played this one 2 other times already to get an idea how that.
That's a good answer. Creative sexual ideas from porn. I agree.
Hey Randy.
I agree.
Excuse me. Hey Randy.
What you
from
get
Facebook.
from porn is a close-up view. Very true. Liz, I'll link you. Thank you, a pepper. What the fuck? I'll
Pepper. What the
I'll
fuck?
link you
It's
to
I think some
the
spice. Yeah,
website
right,
I
sorry,
got
sorry.
it from. It was actually an ad that came up on my Instagram. I'll send it to you. Yeah, adding some spice I feel is a good answer. All right, let me ask you one.
Cool.
What do you think I question about myself?
What do you not?
I was literally about to say
The
what do
biggest
I
thing,
not?
Taylor, I'm not gonna out you on everything right now. Don't worry.
You can out me a little bit.
Well, I am a little bit.
If it has
but
to do
not
with
a
my
lot.
weight, you can out me.
Well, yeah, you know, I'm gonna kind of go with your body image is what I was gonna go with, and I think a lot of women suffer from that.
Yes.
I bet a lot of you girls, and you know what? Probably a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know?
I have a fan.
Ginger, we love you, just by the way.
You better
Ginger
subscribe
Giant,
to my
we love
channel,
you.
my friends.
Subscribe. Keep following. But, what was I saying?
You were outing me for my body image.
Yeah, well,
Shoot.
so it's kind of confusing. You see someone like Taylor and you're like, you have body image issues? Like, exactly. Heather says you're gorgeous. Like, why? And I'm like,
Same.
that's what I think. And when I first meet this girl and I learn that she has body image issues, I'm just kind of like, you're out of your fucking mind. What are you talking about? And I think that about a lot of girls that say that to me, you know, but this is like an obvious case of, you know, her brain is not connecting with her body. So, you know, over time, her brain will connect with her body and realize that, oh, wait a second. It'll be accepting for what is already.
You know what I will say
damn close to perfect.
on that topic? I had an eating disorder for a long time,
Exactly.
and in March I'll have 3 years of abstaining from any eating disorder behavior, which feels like a miracle to me because my whole life used to be about binging and anorexia, weighing myself compulsively. I haven't weighed myself in 3 years. I have no idea how much I weigh, and all of that helps. I have a program I work for that. Like, all of that really, really helps me. And I don't know. I get intrusive thoughts about what my body looks like compared to what it should look like, what my face looks like compared to what it should look like, maybe 100 times a day, which is down from 500,000 times a day. So it's like, we'll take the progress where it's due. But I think that's probably the biggest thing. And I think anybody that's close to me is very aware of it, because anybody that's close to me has had to kind of talk me off the edge of some kind of body image related meltdown. It's hard to be a person in American society. It's hard to be a woman in American society, and I'm sure I can't speak to other cultures. I've never lived in them, but you know, it's just hard for us out here. That's why girls gotta be nice to girls, because we're out here suffering together in such a hyper looks based society that we live in. So that was a tangent nobody asked for.
Definitely.
Okay, what do I think you question about yourself?
Yeah. Oh, it's about me now. Shit.
Think you question why your career has stalled.
Oh, Worm, you just kind of struck in my heart right here in front of all these people.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I would love to talk about it. It's true. I've been very insecure about my career recently. I think you guys probably have seen that in some of my broadcasts as I've been talking about it a lot. Hey, Pedro. Thanks for tuning in. Eres muy guapo, Chase Coleman. Muchas gracias, Pedro. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Muy bueno. Y tú?
Agreed with all of you. We are all our worst critics.
Yes, thanks, Rachel,
Thank you all
Colleen.
for the wonderful compliments.
Yeah, you guys are
Appreciate
giving
you
great
guys.
stuff here. Thank you. Heather, Kiara, Colleen, Pedro, Patty. Hey, Patty. What was I saying? Yeah, wait, so we turn it on me now.
Yeah.
You know, guys, I did the originals almost, I guess, 5 years ago. That's half of a decade. You know, it might have been longer than that now. 6 years, possibly. And it's just like, I've done work since then, but nothing to the caliber of the originals. That was probably the biggest caliber work I've done since then. I've done a lot of other things that have been a lot of fun and things that are really maybe laying the way for something else that could be big. But at the end of the day, something where I got to audition for something big and someone said yes, that hasn't happened in a long time. And it's very tough to go years without, I don't know if it's been that long, Jen. Come on. 7 years?
Jen.
I know. Come on.
7?
7? I've lived in LA 8 years, but that's right, because I think
7?
I booked it. I got the originals about a year after I got to LA. I've been in New York 7 years.
And you know, we
moved
can't.
to LA, worked in LA for a year, then booked the originals.
We can't shit on Young and the Restless. That was
No,
a good-
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I love that, and I was just thinking about that recently. I was thinking about how fun that was, and how it would be fun to go back, and I was thinking even more about the character they designed for me, and why they designed that for me, and looking at myself in the. It was when I was looking at myself in the mirror. That's right. I was looking at myself in the mirror, my bathroom
Looking at
mirror.
myself. Yeah.
You
The
know,
place
when
where the real
everybody
shit
does that in the
happens.
morning. Okay, guys. 10 years. Shut up, Michelle. You're not even. Get out of here.
I love that you guys are all sweet to me and supportive of my thing, and then you guys are all.
Jen met me 2 days before Ollie died on the show. Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, now you're giving me an idea of where that was, because I remember it was at the Mystic Grill.
I agree, Liz.
And I remember I knew, and not anybody in the public knew yet. And I was going to those conventions and shit. Nobody knew. that I had already been decided they were gonna like get rid of me, and I knew. And I remember singing a song and being like, hey guys, this is dedicated to Oliver. Jen remembers.
You're like, R.I.P.
Anyways, back to the point though. I'm getting all sidetracked, but I mean, I guess everybody is chilling.
Yeah.
But to the point thereof, it's frustrating, especially now that we've had this pandemic. That on top of everything has just piled and slowed things down even more. And and now everybody's in the same boat of feeling like, what am I going to do with my life? I don't have income. I don't have this. Now it's not just the fact that we chose an industry that's near impossible feeling.
Literally near impossible.
On top of that, you're adding a post-apocalyptic style pandemic now to an industry that was already impossible to work in.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like when that's your life getting completely turned upside down, and you kind of trying to be like, how long is it going to be how old am I going to be?
Right.
Until my next.
Right.
And you got to consistently remind yourself, there's a reason you chose to do this, and it's because I love it. And that's when I've been telling you, like, we've been laying in bed at night, I've been like, God, I miss acting class, because
I miss it
I
too.
miss now getting to go and dive into these deep, fun characters, and just get to dress up and go to class and be and fun, because I haven't even done that in a while, And
I know. I've been out of acting class now for it'll be a year next month, which
thank you, Caitlin.
Is hard. It's hard not
Thank
to
you,
do what you
Keelan.
like. Okay, the wind is blowing
Here, I'll
and
close this window. It's
doing
cold,
a truly horrible thing with this curtain, driving me insane. Thank you. All right, you want to pick one?
Yes.
I think that was mine, right? Yeah, because you answered first.
Yes.
Keep on trucking.
Thanks,
That's the best
Odie.
advice you can give.
Thanks, Odie. Odie's a gamer buddy of mine.
I'll get there. Oh,
Played
I love
Mortal
that.
Online with Odie. Odie, aren't you in Europe? Odie, aren't you in Europe? I think you're in. I don't remember where exactly you're from. Let me know. Remind me, Odie, where you're from.
What's with the curtain? Exactly. We just fixed it. The window was open.
Yeah,
so I was like,
I have the window open because this room tends to get kind of stuffy. I don't want to run the fan because it has a loud ass short. It's really loud.
Also, for
And it would
some
pick it
reason,
up. It'd be
I
really
am
annoying.
always overheating and feel like I'm about to
I'm always
die.
cold. I was actually chilly, so I'm glad you told me to close it.
I'm like always feel like I'm about to like
Denmark.
pass out.
Cool,
Oh, Denmark.
Cool.
I'd love
Thanks,
to go to
Odie.
Denmark.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, pick one.
Kian says, I can completely relate to what you're saying. In any creative industry, it's hard to break into, but add a pandemic and it's much harder, and you do question yourself and your choices.
Yeah.
I've been there, but no doubt big things are coming for you, Chase. Thank you so much, Kian. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I can only
agree with
imagine
every word.
how tough it could possibly be in the fashion industry, too,
Oh, you can't do. No one's going anywhere.
That's
you
a
can't
physical,
put on
it's a
any-
tactile industry.
Yes, you can't.
And
put
you
on
can
any-
pass it through clothing, right? So it's like, you got to imagine that.
Well, remember what Andy was telling us, and we have a friend who works in wardrobe, and she was saying that for doing wardrobe, right, you're so used to putting safety pins or whatever in your mouth to hold them, right, as you're putting something. You can get fired on set for that now. Like, I just always think about that. I'm like, oh my God, just out of habit, you put the safety pin in your mouth to hold it, to then attach it to whoever you're working on or whatever piece you're working on, and then, fired. So pandemic, not good for fashion, is what we've learned.
And you know what? Well, let me just also reverse, because I don't want to completely steal the entire spotlight, because Taylor's also feels in the same boat. She, too, is also dealing with this as her own career as well,
Yeah.
Just because,
He's
I'm a little, I'm 5 years,
further
I'm 5
along,
years
yeah.
older than Taylor. I've had 5 years extra ahead of her to get this gain on her. So, it's like, she has now had to face the fact that this is a pandemic also in her face.
Right.
It's frustrating.
Right.
And I want to be reflective of that and saying that, I want to
Thank you.
your patience for that,
Thank you.
having to be patient yourself.
I had a good 2019, you guys. I really started to
Tanner.
make progress. They
Thank
say
you.
it takes 10 years, to build a career, 15 years to become an overnight success. That's like what people say out here. And I had a really good 2019, and it ended with a pretty devastating thing for me. I had a role on a huge, major TV show that then got cut.
I get it.
2
Well, it
days
didn't get
before
cut,
I was
but
supposed to
get
film it. No, it did.
Yeah.
The role got cut. They
Well, no,
reintegrated
I was
it
saying
into. For
my
you.
reverse experience.
For you.
Yeah.
And it was pretty devastating. I had told my parents it was a dream show. It's a show you guys have all seen, and it was a really cool storyline. And it took place I was fresh out of the 1970s, and I got to be a prostitute, which of course, because I'm always a prostitute or a stripper or something. One of these days, I'm gonna play a PhD. All right.
Yeah.
But and the role got cut, and I was like, okay, I can't. That's a huge bummer, and I can't be heartbroken after that. This was right when I met you, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep that momentum into 2020, and then COVID-19. So it's like, you know, you have to be patient. And we both had auditions this week, so we should be grateful for that because most people don't and haven't. Okay, pick one. Aw, thanks, you guys. I'm sorry, too. I know. It was a big fat woof.
What's your favorite imperfection about me?
Physical or behavioral?
Well, we could do both.
Okay, yes. My favorite physical imperfection about you is the stretch marks that you have all on your like hips and stuff like that, from bulking up and slimming down. Yeah.
Muscle.
I love those. I remember I saw that and I was like,
Michelle tear up.
oh. Michelle, don't get me started.
It's the life of an actor, man. Life of an actor is fucking hard.
It
is. It's a lonely, hard road, and you're always unemployed. You're always feeling like you're lost. You're always feeling like you're lost.
Always fucking
And
unemployed.
one day, if you get successful enough, you can secure yourself enough of a boat that you won't have to worry so much anymore. But that's the dream of an actor, to be able to do that with acting.
Yeah.
Sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead. I was
Okay,
just
physical
commenting.
imperfection, stretch marks. I love them. I love it because Chase has essentially like a perfect body. It's actually kind of disgusting. It's quite horrifying. And then there's this one thing that didn't come out of a magazine, and I love it. And it's my favorite thing. Stretch marks.
Oh, yes.
And then, okay, favorite like behavioral or imperfection.
My defensiveness.
No, that is not my favorite imperfection. I, in fact, do not like that.
Oh, no, I misunderstood. My bad, yeah.
Favorite imperfection about your personality? I don't know that I would even call it an imperfection, maybe, but it's how that was actually perfect. It's how easily distracted you get
Oh, I'm ADHD,
in the middle of stuff.
and I smoked weed right before this, and I love you.
Chase will legitimately.
I love you.
I will literally be like halfway through a story that went on for like 5 minutes. That's important, and then Chase will look at me and say, "I'm sorry, I wasn't listening." And I'm like,
You gotta make sure I'm paying attention. You gotta look at me and be like, "Hey, Chase," and like get my
What?
attention.
Like-
People know this though. A lot of people.
What?
Jen knows. When Jen and I have been around a lot, working in an environment, being at a convention.
"Oh yeah, working
Jen knows
with you
trying
would
to
be an
talk to me,
experience."
and she has to like remind me and email me and like.
Like, Chase, pay attention.
She
pay
remembers.
attention, pay attention.
Chelsea would know. Hopefully Chelsea pops in today. I told her to come check
Chelsea
it out.
texted
She
me.
said
I
she
haven't
thought she might
texted her back.
She might have plans. She said, but.
Probably she
What's
got
up, Jay
B-Gate
Feather?
plans.
What's up, Jay Feather? By the way, you look great. Taylor Red looks great on you, Jay
Oh,
Feather. You just tuned from
thanks.
YouTube. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay.
Liz Wade, thank you. Kia, and that's an adorable answer.
Taylor Meadow.
Patty, is the
Listen,
music
always
too loud? I can turn it down. You can just always
turn it down.
You can always.
Yeah, Chase is arguably. Chase has a weird.
That
There's a
music is
weird
better.
dichotomy because he's on the one hand an excellent listener, and then sometimes not even bad listening, just no listening, just like on a completely different. I'm like, you missed that whole thing, didn't you? Missed that whole damn thing, didn't you? All right, you answer. What's your favorite? Give me a physical imperfection and a
Well, I
personality
feel like
one.
again, I think this is a familiar question from the other night, and I remember I think I answered this the other night that you have these cute little two dimples right above your butt right here.
Like back dimples.
Yeah, and
below
they're
back
they're
dimples?
just these cute little things.
I don't think I knew that.
That I guess you don't normally see on
I
like
can't
a
see
model or
that.
something. You don't see that, but you can. Yeah, it's right behind you. But it's parted this way, and like a lot of time I can
I'll
see
take
it.
a look.
I can see it all the time.
I'll snap some nudes and check out the dimples
I
situation.
can see it all the time.
All right, give me a personality one.
Never found a man that listens 100%. Personality is. I think you are just a tad over dramatic sometimes. Yeah, just I am too, but I think you trump me with
Probably.
the way you will just like
I like really.
drama queen.
You guys,
fuck.
I've been told my whole life I'm over dramatic, and I truly don't see it because I really feel it. It feels like a warranted response to me.
Of course, I
You know who
understand
makes fun of me?
completely. I feel that way when defensiveness hop. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm merited to defend myself.
My mom has made fun of me for literally, at this point, she probably started making fun of me for this like 25 years ago. My mom has made fun of me about being overly dramatic. You guys have, like, she will savagely
Yeah.
cut me down about it. Like, my mom will sometimes just like drop, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
ouch. Thanks, Darren.
Jen calls me out like, Jen, you are too, Chase Coleman. I'm like, yeah. Me and Jen have had some fights.
Oh,
We
I
had
believe
fights
it.
over the years. I remember we had, Jen's a good friend, man. You're a good friend, Jen. Jen stuck with me for many years.
If Chase cares about you,
Patience.
he'll fight with you. This is something I've learned. Because if he cares, he like really cares. He'll bite. Michelle Gerson can attest to this. He will bite your head off for you fucking blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? And it's like, but it's every single person you're close to though.
It's always the people you're close to.
It's always the people
yeah,
you're
the people
close
you're
to.
most comfortable with.
So I'm almost like,
unfortunately, it's like, why are you doing that to the people you love?
I'm almost like, if Chase starts a fight with you though, it means he really likes you.
Rachel's like, you're just expressive.
You're just expressive.
Rachel's like, Taylor, I'm the absolute same.
Bless you, girl. That's why we're friends.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
your draw. Your draw, girl.
Oh my god, this is gonna out us so hard. And of course it's a sex one. How open are we gonna be with the style of relationship we have? Consider that before you answer this question.
Wait, so say the question again?
So this is a question that
How open we're gonna be. I needed to consider how open
you
we're
need
gonna
to
be.
consider how open
I
we're gonna
obviously
be.
will consider before I open my mouth.
Because this is a
Just
question.
give it to me.
This is an impossible question without outing the style of our relationship.
Okay, well, I might be able to do it very gracefully.
All right, so here we go.
Okay.
Are you ready to have sex with? I can't even get through it. Are you ready to have sex with only me for the rest of your life? Why or why not?
Say that again.
Just made me read it again.
Say it
You
again.
asked. Are you ready to have sex with only me for the rest of your life? Why or why not?
Okay, well, the question is very interesting because it doesn't quite align with our relationship views and what we've been building for ourselves. It's funny, I've said this many times, and without,
This is a joint question.
I
think we have to
believe that
answer.
every relation, hey Vanessa, I believe that every relationship can be specifically designed by the two people or more that are involved in it.
Right.
A relationship does not have to be one and one. It could be one and one. It could be two and two. I mean, whatever the hell it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that gets into other territory of conversation I'm not going to really get into right now. But
Right.
and I know a lot of you can you can just go Google it and you can find a million things about what I'm talking about.
Right.
But basically, without saying anything that labels, because there's, I told you this the other day.
Yeah.
When you label something, you all of a sudden categorize it somewhere, and people will put all these
Yes.
labels more on it. They try to follow you away somewhere. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't
Yeah.
think you can really do that to people a lot of times, especially these days. There's so many things. The way the world has changed so much. There's so much diversity. There's so much mixtures. There's so much of a mosaic.
There's just a lot that exists on the
It's a
outside of the binary.
There's such a melting pot that you've lost sight of originality to the point of where it's new originality. And I guess now I'm getting all philosophical because
Right. So to
back
answer
to the point.
question.
Back to the point.
I'll say it like this: we don't have sex with just each other. How about that? We have, I think, what most people would consider to be an open relationship, but if you Googled that, you wouldn't come across the nature of our relationship. We call it a partner non-monogamous relationship. Essentially, we operate as a unit and may or may not invite other humans to participate if we feel like that's something we should do. So
it's extracurricular. That's all it is.
Extracurricular, one might say.
Anything else beyond it is extracurricular.
And in terms of, we'll also say this again. Sorry to whoever who
Thank you, Colleen.
loves me, that's watching this and cringing right now. I'm bisexual, so I like the boys and the girls and the people in between. Really, I define bi as meaning more than two, not exclusively cisgendered men and women. And so that's another part. It's interesting being a queer woman in a hetero relationship. That changes the dynamic. And so one thing that I really appreciate about him and the way that we choose to have our relationship, and it's funny because we both came from this quote unquote lifestyle or school of thought prior to meeting each other, so it was really serendipitous. Wait, who said me too?
Colleen.
Oh, God
Friends.
bless you. Guys, I love finding my people out there. So it's just a little bit of a different thing. So it's really cool to be with a partner who supports that and doesn't cut me off from other parts of my identity. I'll just say, yesterday, a Valentine's Day gift to me essentially was we went on a little double date with a friend of mine, a girl I dated previously who I hadn't seen in a long time. And it was really, really fun. And the three of us went on like a little date, and I really enjoyed it. And
It was a lot of fun.
it was a lot of fun. So there you go. I'm just like, oh my God, I really hope my mom just like shut this off at this part. It'll just kill me. Like,
We're
whatever.
in this together.
We said we were gonna be honest. We said we were gonna be
Yeah.
honest.
Is it my draw?
It is your
I
job.
mean, we both kind of answered that together, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's a tough one.
We have to answer that
Yeah,
together.
you can't really answer it individually. What do you dislike about the person I've become around my family? Remember this?
Okay, yeah. I don't like. Is your mom watching this?
I don't know. She hadn't said anything.
I don't like how you kind of get into this little boy learned helplessness thing, and you want your mom to kind of. It's a little weight on you, hand and foot, that I don't respond very well to. I always feel like I'm like, leave her alone. She doesn't have to do X, Y, Z. Sorry, I hope that doesn't offend you.
It's the same answer you gave me the other night. That's
That
what
I
expected.
feel that way. I know, it just sounds harsh when I say it.
I'll put a little defensive tag on that. I'll just be like, you know what? Earlier in my life, I used to be way more independent, and I used to not want to accept my mom's help. And the older I got, the more independent I became, and not needing it, I actually was like, you know what? I'm gonna take advantage. She wants to do it.
His mom
So
is
I'm like,
the
she
kind
wants
of
to do
mom,
it? Then please, I love it. Please
His
do it
mom
for
is
me.
the kind of mom
Please do
who,
it for
if you
me.
ask her for a glass of water, she will like drive to the damn store to get you the exact water that you liked when you were in third grade and had. You know what I mean? Like, she'll just go.
Rachel's like, this seems pretty common with guys and their moms.
Yeah. She'll just go. I mean, Renee will just go to the ends of the earth for her kids. So I'm always like, be mindful of that before you ask her for shit. You're about to send her on a 2-hour thing. What about me? What do you not like about my parents? There's lots of things.
Yeah,
not to like.
You guys, you have a very different relationship with your mom than you do with your dad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I can definitely see that you and your mom have a history, and both of you know how to push each other's buttons sometimes.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I can sometimes, I think, see through what's happening a little bit now that I've been around you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And I can kind of notice the air, sense things, and I can even I think more than anything, I know you.
Yeah.
So I know when you shift, I can sense your shift of energy,
It starts to get.
and I can kind of track where it came from.
My
in the
mom
moment,
makes
and so-
me the most defensive.
Yeah,
Okay,
put you
the
on
way
edge.
that my mom makes me defensive is is how I can relate to your defensiveness at times, because my mom and I are almost too much. I almost feel like my mom. This is gonna make me like cry for some reason. I almost feel like my mom loved me too much or something, in a way that was maybe destructive or not healthy or something. I don't know, but she can really. I mean, I would like die for my mom, and also she is very triggering to me in a lot of ways. Like, I find myself getting very easily triggered by her and the things that she says, and like by her opinions. And if she criticizes me at all, like, I just like can't handle it, and it like really bothers me. So I mean, I feel like I can take criticism from other people okay, and as soon as my mom criticizes me, I want to like freak out. Like, it makes me want to freak out. And I think that's probably what you pick up on, is the fact that I'm about to, like, because I'm on edge. Like, am I going to receive a criticism?
Yeah.
Is something going to upset me? Getting out. We don't even have tissues.
May I jump in here?
You may.
Because, I would like to say, I think every time I listen to you tell me a story, or obviously anyone, I think about it in my own, how I can understand it for myself. You think about it in your own life.
Yeah.
And I think about the difference I have in my relationship with my mom compared to my dad.
Yeah.
And I think about how each one can push your buttons in your own way. And then I think that the way you have felt with your dad, with your mom,
Is how you
is
feel with your
probably
dad?
similar with my dad in some ways, because I then think my dad loved the absolute fucking hell out of me.
Probably, yeah.
And that is why he did all that
That's
shit.
why he's irritating, exactly.
That's why he did all that growing up, and all. That's why sometimes it was difficult.
Yeah.
Because in his mind, he was like, I want you to be strong. I want you to survive. I want you to be okay without me one day.
Right.
And it's like, you got to look at it from that. It's hard to look at it that way when you're young, and but it's
that man up
and
mentality.
So, yeah,
a little bit,
and it's so, it's kind of like, I like how you put it, was very graceful, because it's almost like in their defense, they're humans and they're fucking trying. It's just like whatever had their own shit in their heads. It's just.
And I'm a firm believer in like they're depending on how many people are in the relationship. In this particular instance, me and my mom, or you and your dad. There are two people in the relationship who have two parts to, going the way that it's going. And I think a lot of the work is like identifying what your part is in the relationship. And I certainly have part in the way that my relationship has evolved with my mom. I most certainly have had bad behavior and been very hard. I was a hard kid. I was a sick kid. I had early onset, really serious mental health problems as a kid, and my parents did not know what to do with that. They did not know. And so I know that I wasn't exactly like, I didn't make a lot of sense to my parents, I think. So God bless them, they did their best trying to figure out what I needed, but like I didn't even know what I needed when you're really little like that, because I had started having real kind of problems when I was like 3.
Interesting what Kiara said. It's so interesting. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
You're fine.
I was just reading the comments as you were talking. See that right there? It's like,
okay, let me see. Mother, daughter, yes. Opposite sex parents teaches you. Yeah.
It's so like, yeah. I mean, it's interesting.
I can totally relate to that.
Interesting. It's a psychological thing in a way.
Where it's true. I think that's maybe true. I mean, when I think about my relationship with my dad, operating under your theory, Kiara, like I think about my dad and I have a very like friendly relationship.
It's me and my mom. It's so funny, right? Like,
I almost don't consider my dad to be an authority figure in the sense of like, yes, I have like respect from my dad, and I was like, you do not backtalk Mr. Murphy. He will not hear it.
Absolutely fucking not.
But my dad, we like the same music and we like the same books and we are interested in a lot of the same things. My dad's like very much an academic, which is a very huge part of my identity as well. Like very interested in sort of like the analytical, like academic sides of life. My dad has a great appreciation for art. He has a great appreciation for feeling. So we're very similar in that way. So our relationship is like friendly, and I think that trickles into our relationship, because I feel like we're just really tight. You know what I mean? Like we like a lot of the same stuff. We think the same shit is funny. You know, we just like to kind of.
When it works out.
Cutie friends text me.
Next question. Is it your draw?
That's a lot. Is it my draw?
I believe so.
Tell me about the first time we met.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Woof.
This comes up a lot. Okay, so the first time we met was like 6 months before the second time we met. So I'm going to tell you about the first time we met. First time we met, I was at Boardwalk 11 karaoke in Culver City. My mom was in town. Other friends were in town.
Michelle was there.
Chelsea was there.
I hit Michelle's vape pen. I remember that.
We were going to Coachella that weekend. This was a couple years ago. 2019, I think.
2019, yeah.
And
April of 2019.
We were going to go to Coachella that year, and we were going like that weekend. Like it was like I think the next day or the day after. And anyways, so we were there just hanging out, having a fun. We're going to go to Coachella fun. Let's go to karaoke. And we were there, and Taylor was there with a big group of people that was there. Like there was this birthday party for somebody. And I remember like the memories I have were we were there, we're all drinking, lots of people. It was a busy night. So there was a line for karaoke, and I remember seeing her sing a song from Little Shop of Horrors with her then former boyfriend.
And at that time, we were like, that was a very toxic relationship for real. And I was only there that night because it was his friend's birthday, and I was really clinging to the idea of getting back with him because, hashtag trauma bond. And so I only went because he was gonna be there, and I brought my sister with me for like emotional support. So I was, to give a little mind space to justify my atrocious behavior later that night, I was depressed, angry, hurt, and when I say hating men, I mean hating them. Like, blaming them for all of like the hurt I was experiencing. So that's my mindset, is a big fuck you to anybody with a penis or anybody without a penis that identifies as a male. I hated all of them. So you can continue.
So there you go. I asked her. I went up to the table when after they got done. They sat down. I thought for a moment, I was like, I bet she sings. I bet she's a musical theater girl. I can see that. So I bet she knows Rent. You know, I'm like, I want to sing some Rent. That'll be a fun song to sing. And I don't know. I was just like, you know, I guess. I don't know why I thought about doing that particular song that night, or why I was in the mood to sing Rent with you. I don't know what it was, but I walked up to the table and I was like, hey, you know, I was like, you did a great job on the song. Like, do you know Rent? Like, you know anything from Rent? I bet. She's like, yeah, I know Rent.
And the only reason I said yes to sing with him is
she
because I
rolled
wanted to
her
make
eyes
that other
first
dude
of all.
jealous. I was like,
she rolled her eyes first of all, and then she was like she really did kind of, I think, actually roll her eyes.
Probably.
So my first impression was, oh, it's like that. Okay, she's a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's see how this bitch performs. Let's see if she follows through.
I was just like, I can't believe this guy would be so presumptuous to walk up to this table full of people. What a dick. You know what I mean? That's what I was like, he thinks he's all hot with his little blonde hair.
But then she called my bluff, I guess, or something, because she said, yeah. She said, yes, she would. She said, and I said, okay, I'm going to sign this up. And then I said, do you want to do Light My Candle or Another Day or whatever? I can do either. And I think you said, let's do Light My Candle. So I was like, all right, easy, this guy. And then I went and signed up. She was like, oh, this guy's such a douchebag. And
the only reason I said yeah is because I wanted to make that guy jealous, and my sister was like, do it, go, like, prove a point, you know, go do it. And so I was like, ugh, fine.
And you know, I guess there was a part of me, I think Tay's gonna really like this part. You guys ready? There was definitely a part of me that was like, yeah, whatever that fucking guy she was just singing with, he sucks. Watch this. That's literally what I was about to be like. She's gonna see what it's all about. Here we go. And but you know, I didn't on stage. I didn't overdo it, did I? Like, I just kind of chilled. I sang my part.
Yeah, you weren't like, no, you didn't like try to touch me. I would have like backhand.
I wasn't like dancing or anything on you. I just looked at you and we did the thing, but we kind of did a little hand motions, you know, but like not too much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Like,
well, I would never play Mimi. I'm way too white.
Yeah, I know.
So,
like you're a Marine. You're
yeah.
a Marine. Yeah, I know.
It was a take me or leave me kind of night.
Anyway, so yeah, that happened, and then the song happened, and it was great. It was fun, and then after that, like, we kind of just parted ways. And then Michelle and like my mom
stopped me on the way out because my sister and I were about to leave. Stopped me on the way out, and Renee was like, I remember Michelle was standing next to her. I don't know where Chelsea was at that time, but Renee said, sorry to bother you, but you just sang karaoke up there with my son. She was like, you just sang karaoke up there with my son, you know? She's like, and I think you ought to get his Instagram. And I was like, oh no, I cannot believe this dude had his mom come over. You know what I mean?
I didn't do that.
And he didn't, but now that I know Renee, I'm like, oh, she was out trolling for matches. And my sister was like, she would love his Instagram. And then Michelle was like, come outside with me. Like, do you smoke? And she had like a vape pen or something. And I was like, weed? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, no, not really. And you guys know Chase is like a huge stoner, so he was like repulsed that I had said that. And I remember I hit her vape pen, and I guess we did exchange Instagrams, and we went back and looked at this later, but you had messaged me a couple times.
I had messaged you on Instagram. I like a couple of days later, I think, because it had written on a piece of paper, and I had it on a thing, and then I found it like on the next Monday or something. I think maybe after Coachella. Probably when I got back, I found the paper. I looked you up, and I looked at your stuff, and I messaged you.
Yeah,
and it was maybe 6 or 7 lines of back and forth. 6 or 7 things, and then
saying stuff or
nothing caught, no fire caught.
Pictures, nothing.
And you know, she was still standoffish, and I was kind of playing a thing too, because you know, I wasn't gonna be like. I wasn't trying to act like I was desperate. I was just like, I was curious.
You guys.
But she was just kind of standoffish. I was like, so it wasn't like, it didn't feel.
And something else
it wasn't going to happen. So
he would like my photos, but the only photos he would like were like topless ones. If you guys have seen my Instagram, you know what's on there. Like,
I'm not trying to hint around.
I was like, this guy, like, it's not even, like, you won't even, like, I remember I posted some sweet thing for, like, my dad for his birthday. Nothing. And then it would be like, here's my nipple. He'd be like, thumbs up.
Always.
So,
I gotta be honest.
Those of you guys that do not follow me on Instagram, I do a lot of pinup and lingerie modeling, so I'm not just showing my boob for no reason. So that was the first time we met, and that did not go. That was not a thing. And then, several months later, do I mention what kind of party it was?
Well, I mean, we've answered the question.
Oh, that's true. That's the first time we met.
So now they're gonna have to just wonder.
Okay. Long story short, we ran into each other again, and that's when
they'd have to ask the
this
questions.
all happens. Yeah, maybe they'll get a fill in your own and be like, "What happened the second time you met?" All right, you choose one. We answered that one together.
Yes. Wow. Are you okay with me sleeping with other people? This game knows how to really push everything in a relationship, no matter what relationship it is. It's funny.
Yeah, if I'm present for it.
There you go.
And you.
Vice versa. I think potentially there have been a circumstance recently where that was not the case, but that was a special circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
No, not just any fucking day. No. Maybe in a very specific circumstance, I'm okay with it. But other than that, no, I really would love to be there.
You know what? That's why I don't want to identify as having an open relationship, because people get the idea that it's some kind of free for all, and it most certainly is.
That's always the first thing I say. Anytime I'm saying, "Hey, blah, 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 it's a non-traditional and we're open," I immediately then say the next thing I try to say is, "Listen, it's not some free for all. We're not just running around doing whatever the fuck we want."
You can't. Let's put it this way: a lot of girls.
Rachel, you can figure that out with the.
A lot of girls will be, sending him messages or whatever, like topless photos, and I'm just like, that's disrespectful. Like, he has a partner, and it's like, oh, I thought you were in an open relationship, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't mean we want unsolicited pics of your boobs.
Gotta kind of get the permission first.
If you're gonna send them, I like to be included in the boobs.
Most of the time, I think if you include Tay, she's probably not gonna mind.
Yeah, I just like to be included.
She just wants to, the consent. The consent thing isn't what's important.
Yeah.
For everything, and that's in every relationship, guys.
Yes, it's the truth.
Obviously.
If I was gonna start lecturing on relationships, it would just be consent, communicate, ask permission.
Communicate, consent, yeah.
Read the room, make sure everybody feels comfortable. Don't make weird assumptions.
Don't be afraid to ask questions, because that's how you learn, If you don't understand, fucking clear it up. You don't want to, fuck up the wrong way.
You know that whole, you know what they say about assumptions, it makes an ass out of you and me? Yes. Okay, so someone sends a photo to both of you. I'm like, oh, thanks. I know, I do love the occasional nude from a girl Chase knows on the internet. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, Jen, thank you. That is exactly. Oh, thank you, love. No, that's exactly true. It's like if somebody's respectful to me and sort of honors my position, I feel very comfortable. But there have been people that have tried to go the real competitive angle, and that doesn't work.
I don't know why people think that doesn't work with me either. You think that's ever gonna work with a guy to a guy? I don't know why. Maybe there are certain men that might like something like that, being dominated. But to me, I'm very alpha. It's very obvious, I think, to spot that when you meet me.
Yeah.
I'm masculine, to a certain extent. I don't think to an overly extent.
No, you're not.
But I think it's obvious to see right off pretty quickly, oh.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just slide in unless you are intentionally trying to be a dick in some way.
Right.
And there have always been occasions where you'll show up somewhere, and you'll be in a situation where it's supposed to be more of an open mindset. And you'll have women or men that do not understand that it's about communication, it's about respect, and it's about respecting the units, not about one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's very important, and it's very sensitive. That's an interesting thing to say.
It is a sensitive thing.
Because people are fucking sensitive,
Yes, people are sensitive, and by people,
it could take one little thing to just upset the whole evening for somebody. Us specifically, I think, and so...
He's very sensitive. Yeah. I'm very sensitive. I am arguably
Liz, thank
more...
you.
I love it. I am probably more sensitive than you in a certain way. Or maybe my reation comes across
maybe
as
in different
sensitive.
ways in certain situations,
I'm
possibly.
a crier. He's a frustrated venter. So, when something bothers me, I hysterically cry about it. I can't help it. I've always been like that since I was a little kid. And he gets worked up in this and that and paces around and gets really wild energy and that kind of thing. And so we just get sensitive in different ways. I think I maybe come across as more sensitive because it's an emotion you associate with sensitivity.
And I come across as angry. Defensive and angry.
But yeah, it's more defensive than angry. It's more
you come across as sad and
yeah.
But back, what was the original? Where were we going? We were talking about something originally.
You guys, this is fun. Thank you for being so supportive. I'm glancing over here in the chat.
I'm enjoying this. I was gonna say, we're gonna talk more after this, but we should do this more often.
Yeah.
You guys seem to be enjoying it. We've had a steady viewership of over 20 people this entire time.
That's good.
That's more than we've ever had. That's great. Thank you
We're
guys.
new.
I'm trying to address everything I can. I need to fix my alerts. We're not hearing them. Rachel, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Martin and Miroslava and Wendell, thank you for the follows on Facebook.
I love to know I'm not the only crier on here, because that's exactly what happens to me. I cannot help myself. I've had I've been sent home from work before for crying. I have been, because I just cannot help it. It just comes out of me. If anybody else is a crier and can relate to that, you know how absolutely embarrassing it can be. How totally embarrassing it can be. And so I'm glad I'm not the only one, because sometimes you're just like, oh my God, please don't start crying. Please don't start crying. Please don't start crying. Especially when men raise their voice to me. There was a thing the other night.
And that's a big thing with us. The good thing is I've noticed it. Jen and Michelle, those that are very close to me, Jen and Michelle know this too. When I get angry, my voice goes up. And I'm not even when I'm angry. Listen to me right now. I'm not angry right now.
Yeah.
I'm so loud. So I'm just intense. And I've grown up that way. I'm an ADHD, hyperactive. There's lots of energy bursting out of me.
Lots of energy.
Lots of it.
Dear God.
And that's just how my body is. That's why I sweat a lot. That's why I'm like, my body's overly...
He has to exercise every day.
Very high metabolism.
He's like a lunatic.
Very high metabolism. So, it's like...
Lucky bastard.
That also comes out of my personality. And I think a lot of people, and I remember we've talked about this.
I dropped a mug of tea and I cried. Yes, thank you.
See, you would do the same shit.
Exactly. I would start.
Yes, this happened to you too. Yes.
My friend one time, my best friend Natalia, who's over in Oregon, she one time sent me, it was a Jezebel article, and it was like, how to explain to my boyfriend that I'm crying because that dog was so much smaller than I expected. That was the headline. And I was like, that is the realest. Oh my God. I'll see something cute, see something sad, see something, whatever, hysterically crying. When I do get angry, I cry after. I usually cry while I'm angry. I just sometimes don't even get angry because I'm too busy crying. It's just like...
It's funny, I think, and I wonder if it's more natural for men to go towards anger and women to go towards sadness.
I think it is. I think you're conditioned.
Not all. I saw Liz Wade here said she's more me.
More you,
Liz expresses it more of a frustration rather than a sadness. But you know what? I think we all have parts of this, because there's times too where I'll break down. I'll just cry too.
Yeah.
When I feel like I've just had enough, and it's just like I can't deal with it, And you too, you're angry.
Really
You'll get angry, and you won't be crying. You'll be fucking angry.
I'll be yelling.
So totally. It's
yelling and stomping around.
But back to the initial point. I was going on a point, and I get off on this tangent.
Sorry, I think you're
It's
pretty
okay.
off.
But I think at the end of the day, the defensiveness or
about
something,
men being more conditioned socially to be angry and women being more conditioned to cry. Like it's more acceptable for one.
I think because it's more because you're not supposed to cry as a young boy. The whole that whole stigma.
Boys don't cry, and which I think is just
cry,
bullshit. I think is this bullshit, and I don't want to get on the tangent. I think that's how you raise school shooters. I think that's how you raise people who go on absolutely violent crime sprees, is because you tell boys that they're not allowed to have feelings, and they have to shove it down, and eventually if you shove it down enough, you will explode, and I believe that to be true.
Yeah.
Unless you're a psychopath, and then it doesn't bother you. But like, you only ever cry though when you get really upset with yourself.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that makes you cry. And My Octopus Teacher on Netflix. Those are the two.
I've cried on quite a few things. I cried on the In and of Itself. I've cried on most of the things we watched.
Chase hysterically cried over My Octopus Teacher. He was sobbing. Watch it. You guys will.
Hulu or Netflix?
Netflix. And it's so good and it's so touching. But I looked over because I was of course sniveling in the corner, right? This was on Christmas Eve, and I looked over at Chase, and he was like, tears streaming over My Octopus Teacher. Hi, Chelsea. Okay, do I choose one? You choose one?
You choose one.
What are you hesitant to tell me?
What I'm hesitant to tell you right now is I'm wondering if this light's been really, really bright the whole time.
I think it has been. Yeah. I don't know.
Do I need to turn it down or anything?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Should I turn down the light? Is it too bright? I noticed that when I was leaning forward, I was really hot. But when I lean back, that's pretty good right there. You're just white. No matter where you go, you're gonna be porcelain. I've noticed that. It's the same for self-tapes. For you, it's like you need the lightest. It doesn't really.
Tiniest,
you're just
otherwise.
white. For me, I have to do a little, but But see here, I think if I'm here, I look pretty good. My skin tone's good here.
That's a
But
cop
when
out
I lean
answer,
forward,
though. What you're hesitant
it's
to
hot.
tell me it's that.
No, that was what was it. That was on my mind when the question came
I
up.
gotcha.
But that was what I was looking at. What
I
are you
feel
hesitant to tell me?
Says a little bit, yeah. Yeah, turn it down. I can see Taylor's. I can't see it.
See your what?
My cleavage very well. Blew it out. Addressing the elephant in the room. Yes, my boobs are natural, which multiple people have asked me on these types of things. I'm like, thank you very much. I'm very flattered. And yes, they are just there. I was that girl, though, that had boobs when I was like 10 and no one else had boobs, and it was very embarrassing. But now I'm like, oh, great. But yeah, it was, wow, that's blown out. I can see that.
Yellow or white?
I'm gonna read. Yellow's always better than white. But okay, let me catch up on the chats here. Right? Oh my God, thanks, Liz. Love you, girl. I'm so blind. I think it's still blown out. Is that better, you guys? I think that's probably better. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, thank you. I would love to be a Snow White. I did have black hair for a while, and that was very. Yes, big boob club. Cheers. Cheers, my friends. I was like, actually, a lot of women on this thread right now are members of the big boob club. Probably. I've seen this, y'all. Okay. You choose one. Oh, wait, no. What are you hesitant to tell me? No, we didn't even answer that. Because the light doesn't count.
I don't know. There's nothing I'm hiding or anything.
There's something I'm hiding. No, what am I hesitant to tell you? I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm often hesitant to tell you things, but I just tell you I feel hesitant to tell you and then tell you anyway. Hesitant to tell you that... I don't know.
Is there something you're scared to tell me right now?
I don't think so. That I'm sleepy? I don't know. Like,
don't be afraid.
But I'm like, that's the only thing.
Hey, Chelsea.
Hello.
Hey, Chelsea. Thank you for
music
tuning
volume.
in.
Music a bit loud again.
WTF.
Turn it like all the...
That's practically off.
Let's Chase, turn down the music, please. Love it. Okay. How's that? Better?
It's down. It's down. Thank you for telling me.
Did it go down better?
Oh, I don't even see it playing anymore. I don't know if you
we
can
can
hear
also,
it
yeah, we might be able to just cut it in general. All right, hesitant to tell, too hard. I'm not hesitant to say anything.
I'm gonna do like this.
All right, you do your last one.
Last one. What?
Caitlin, that is not true, and anybody that makes you feel like that can fuck right off. Give them my
What
phone
is it?
number. I'll rage on them.
Yeah, that's
I will
bullshit.
I will verbally assault some other human beings if you need me to.
Bullshit.
You need a nasty email written, I'm ready. You need me to make a phone call to some asshole who was mean to you, give me the number.
What in our relationship are you most grateful for?
Getting the tissue back, because these kinds of questions are always feel very overwhelming to me to answer. The crying, we've already addressed it. A lot of things. I just feel like you have made my life so exponentially better. You want to go first?
Well, I would kind of say the same thing. You know, it's kind of where I was going to go with it too.
I spent so much time on makeup this morning and it's going to be ruined because of this question.
I don't know. I just love you very much, and I feel like we've gotten very far, as I was saying earlier, even before we started the stream. I just feel like, you know, there's been a lot of progress, not perfection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give her a hug for all of us. Smudge that makeup on my chest.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things. I mean, mostly just for how you treat me and how much you like prioritize me and how you're very proud to be with me and you let people know that. And I've never really had much of that or had it in a way that I felt I could receive it. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for how you treat me, and I'm very grateful that you still like me after a long time.
Everybody's crying.
I'm just glad
We're all crying on our Valentine's Day. You should. It should be an emotional, fun day of hearts and love. You're right. This is a fun This is gonna be a very memorable Valentine's Day for me. This is probably gonna be the most memorable.
Remember when we told the internet about group sex and my mom was probably watching?
Hey Susan, thank you so much. Susan from Facebook too. Thanks Susan. Yeah. Thanks Jay. Jay and you too. Yeah, do you want to do the next one?
Yeah, are there any more, or was that the 12?
That's it.
That was the 12. How much time? How long have we been
Well,
on here?
we have this scheduled till 2.
Okay.
But
what
I
time
mean,
is it now?
If you don't want to go till 2, we don't have to.
Oh, that's
I'm
fine.
down to keep
that time.
because at the end of the day,
We might as well.
we might as
All
well.
the most perfect
and then-
couple. I love you. I can
Thank
feel
you so
the
much,
love.
guys. I mean, yeah, if you like to keep going.
Unemotional day of lovers spats too, dude. That's so real. I feel like.
Yes, Rachel, that's so true. It's so interesting. You know, we've been talking a lot about these kinds of things and how the
love
world
you,
works in
babe.
such crazy, interesting ways, and how where I met certain people at certain
Yeah.
times, and then how those people became certain other associates to me, and then
Yeah.
friends, and then they worked with me, and then they were even friends better after. You know, it's just like, just so interesting, like friends and here and where we met, and just crazy, right? Like
Something I
some
will
part of
say-
the world, and it's just like
I really like Chase's friends, and I think that's a very
shows the kind of person I am, right?
yeah, and I think that's a very good sign. And you know something else? Chase has a lot of female friends, which is also a really good
That's
sign
very
to
true.
me.
Most of
because
my
if you're a
friends
dude
are
and you
female.
don't have girlfriends, I just imagine that you don't know how to treat women. Because why wouldn't you have any friends that are girls? So I definitely, I mean, I would say you have maybe 1 or 2 close guy friends.
It's true, yeah.
Maybe more from gaming though. That's true. In terms of
Well,
that I've met.
Micah is the first one that always comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know, is a physical. But I mean,
really
he doesn't.
tight.
I haven't gotten
I
to
don't-
see
I mean,
him
I
in
don't
a
know
long
him.
time. You know.
really at all because
But they moved out. Yeah, he's not in LA during the pandemic. You know, so
But,
I haven't seen him in forever.
yeah, Chase has a lot of female friends that have really like embraced me and that I feel like I've become very close to, that I would consider like that I would consider my own friends now, separately and privately from you, you know. Like I feel like, I don't know, there's several on this thread that I feel like I could talk to as much as, you know, my own friends that I collected from my own life. So that's a really good sign. Yeah, if you date men, which, you know, bless you if you do, make sure they have female friends. That is like a really important thing. And make sure they're nice to their moms and their sisters. Chase is very nice to his sister. Chase's sister's birthday is the day before mine. She is 1 year and 1 day older than me. I know. Another Sag. I was like, yes, please. Yes, please. I'm reading this. Who gave up on love? No! Don't give up on love!
I'd rather write the relationships I know.
Actually, though, that is brilliant. And I do believe in something about, there's some, like, manifesting. I hate that you guys were bullied. This actually makes me sick.
As soon as I read that, you know, it strikes something
I
in me
actually
too,
feel
guys.
triggered by that.
You guys know I have a personal take on that as well. Army of Chase stuff. Yep.
Oh, Rachel, I love that you said that.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. I saw that too.
Also, anyone that got bullied, give me their phone numbers. I feel like angry. That makes me feel angry. I think that a lot of people who are softer hearted get bullied because I think people don't know what to do.
Sensitive. The more sensitive do, because they don't want to. I don't know. You know, you don't want to fight back. You want to get along.
You
don't want to be enemies. You don't really. You're not a mean person.
You know, that was something I had to kind of come like terms with as we were talking about earlier, like identifying your part in things. And I really had to. I bullied one girl one time, and I felt sick over it for a long time. I said something really mean over AIM, and I said it because I wanted attention from the other girl I was sitting with for look at this hardcore thing. I said, I'm not afraid, you know. I wanted attention and I wanted status, and I said something really mean to this girl. And so like 5 years ago, I like tracked her down on Facebook and I sent her a message, and I was like, I just want to apologize for like 15 years ago when I said this thing. And she wrote me back and she said, thanks for your apology. I don't actually remember that. And I could not believe it because I had been so haunted by this thing I had said. And she didn't even remember. And I just could not believe that. And I like bring up that story to say that I think a lot of times when people are bullying, they're coming from the same place I was coming from, which was, I want attention, I want status, I want to feel better. And if I can put you down, I'm going to feel better. And so if anybody bullied you, that's probably where they were coming from, which is a sad, weak place. So keep that in mind.
I remember that, Rachel.
You know?
When in Edinburgh, I think I remember you talk. Yeah, there's something that happened, and you came to me.
I love that.
And I remember being like, "Damn, I'm so sorry." Holy
yeah,
shit.
like don't talk to me like that. Yes.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah,
I
was probably just stressed and like hadn't slept and jet lagged and just like stressed. I was gonna play this thing, and I was just like, I probably snapped or something.
Get mean,
I was an asshole, and I didn't even realize it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Some
you
things
have
you
to tell me,
encounter
hey,
people,
like
you
I don't
brush
appreciate you talking to me. I'm like, you're right. Fuck, I need to chill. Right? Yeah, totally.
I've made really good friends with people after them calling me out on undesirable behavior. I think one of my best friends and I have a really good relationship in that respect. My good friend Rachel, who I grew up with, recently there was something, I used a phrase that she found to be like insensitive, and she sent me this really nice message, and she was like, I'm not trying to get on your case, but I really didn't appreciate how you said XYZ. And that just made, I mean, I have a lot of respect for her. She's like one of my best friends, but I mean, that really boosted my respect for her, the way she handled that. She's Latina, and I used the phrase white passing was what I said, and she felt that that was me being sort of racially insensitive, and she very politely, but also pretty firmly was like, that's not appropriate. And yeah, I was just like, wow, I really appreciate that, because I think if you're really close to somebody and you can trust them, that's when you can feel comfortable saying, I didn't appreciate what you did or said. And I almost see that as like...
That's strength. That's being unafraid to go and speak your mind, but also doing it in a polite way that's not like attacking the other individual. And that's still something like, hey, again, it's hard when you feel like you got attacked, especially those that have been bullied.
You're like,
you get very defensive. I get very defensive. I was bullied growing up. I know a lot of you agree with me. Liz Wade, I know, who actually has said earlier she identifies more with me when she gets. I bet Liz too.
Probably
lash out. You get defensive and you're like, fuck you, I can't believe. When it's in your mind, it's like, this is not even about that. This is about you feeling like you've been bullied, and that's something you're making up. That's not what's happening. You know, and so breaking the cycle and learning and then teaching and educating our youth, you know, and breaking the fucking cycle. Breaking the cycle slowly but surely. Over time we can. Feels so hard. But
this is me responding not to that. Sorry, but to a Chad. I think that everybody has the capacity to find true love, and I think it looks like a lot of different things. So I think I found true love in friendships. I found true love with my sister. I found true love with you. There's a lot of different iterations of that. Some of my friends, I'm lucky to have a lot of like fellows, mentors in my life that are significantly older, in their 70s and 80s, 60s, 70s and 80s, and like I've experienced a lot of true love from them, like unconditional acceptance. And so I think like look for it wherever you can find it, you know. I have a spiritual relationship with a God of my understanding, and I found true love and acceptance in that relationship, you know. It's like, it's out there. Just don't compare though, because I don't know what I was thinking my true love relationship in a romantic sense was going to look like, but I thought it was going to look like this. I don't think I thought it was going to look this
Me neither.
Cool.
I don't think I even knew. I honestly thought I wasn't going to find it. That's actually the truth.
Yeah, so did I.
I had gotten to the point where I was
Your
like...
pets, huge one.
I'm like, you know, I'm not going to ever really truly find what I need in someone to be with them, so I'm going to have to just be single and find the different things in different people when I want them.
Yeah.
I swear to God, that's what I started telling myself.
Very much how I felt.
You know, and so, you know, coming across you, the way we met the first and then the second time, serendipitously like that, because we ran into each other. We guys, again, to swing back around, we stopped. We did not communicate further. We let it go. We moved on with our lives and did not talk for about 6 months. Yeah. This was right when we met. And then we met again, serendipitously, literally fucking randomly, at this very random style of party in the Hollywood Hills.
A very fringe style of party.
A very certain specific style of party that only certain people go to. And so it's like,
sexy one.
I walked in, I saw her sitting on the couch. She immediately turned to the guy she was with and being like,
I was like,
oh my God, I know that guy.
And I said, I was like, and I was rude.
Yeah, and I was
I was
rude.
embarrassed.
So then I walked straight up to her. When I saw that, I was like, you know, you were rude. But I remember you, and I'm going to go up to you. But, and I just flirted. I fucking put it on and flirted and was like, I remember you were rude. But now look where we are.
I remember you.
You know?
You know what makes...
It's like, show me how rude you're going to be now.
You know what makes you laugh that you, recently, told me about was that... So I have, I'm going to blame it on my zodiac sign, okay? I'm a double Sagittarius. Anyone that's into astrology whatsoever can appreciate the tactless directness of a double Sagittarius, okay? So sometimes I just say stuff or do stuff that is rude, and I can't help it because it's what I felt right then. So I remembered the first part of this, but Chase told me recently he tried to kiss me at this party, and then he said something weird. What did you say? We fit some weird quasi-romantic thing he was trying to say to me. What were you saying?
Well, about puzzle pieces and the bodies fitting together? Yeah. We kind of just fit together at work.
He was like puzzle pieces.
And she was like,
and
shh.
I was like, I just reached over and was like,
okay,
and just pushed his face away from me and shushed him from saying stupid shit. I
don't normally say stupid shit. What the hell?
It was so cringy. It was so cringy, and I was just like, shh. So then I was
cringy.
Rude
You liked it
again. So then I was rude again.
Liked
so it's just like, are you drinking my coffee now too, you fiend?
You never finish your coffees.
I know, I never finish my coffees. I always hoard them. You guys, I told you about my eating disorder stuff. I'm weird about food. So I like to hoard things and then I don't want anyone to touch them, but I'm not really going to touch them either. That's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah.
I'll get food and then I'll
Sherry.
be like, don't touch my food like a
Sherry
crazy person.
First time I've seen you chat on Facebook.
You met Fate was saying, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I do believe in divine timing. Oh my God, who's an Aries? Oh my God, Rachel, I didn't know you were an Aries. Okay, Chase is also an Aries, but he's a Pisces cusp. So Anzu did his birth chart. Our friend Anzu did his birth chart, and the time of day he was born, even though it's the last day of Pisces, actually puts him into Aries, which makes a lot of sense. Because I was like, this is not a Pisces. Sometimes it's a Pisces. Crying over my octopus teacher, very Pisces move.
It's a Pisces that's covered up and defended by an Aries, okay?
Right.
That's what it is.
100. Yeah. And so we have two fire signs living. Liz, oh my God, you're at Aries. Why are all my friends fire signs? Oh my God. Fire signs and Cancers.
It's funny that those are all the ones that are friends.
Fire signs and
with,
Cancer,
right?
I know.
Are all the same fiery people.
Yeah, we're a house full of fire signs.
It's hot in here,
and our dog is a Taurus Gemini cusp. She's very confusing. What are the cats? What are the birthdays? Tobias is a Virgo.
Tobias is September, and then Stevie, I think, May, maybe. I gotta double check Stevie.
We have to look on the calendar. But
Stevie's much younger, too.
Libras, my siblings are Libras, and I always get along with Libras. Oh my God, so true about Capricorns. I don't know a lot of Capricorn women. I know a lot of Capricorn men, and that is a very true thing. Scorpios, I made a rule for myself that I've not really stuck to, but I was like, I have to stop having sex with Scorpios. It's ruining my life. Any Scorpios in this thread? You know what I'm talking about. You ever dated any Scorpios? You know what I'm talking about. They are, a nightmare. In a good way, but in a,
Yeah. Hey, Karen.
Tobias is an asshole, and you're not
Karen
kidding.
Dubois, Bayou Bois.
Something about Aries and Cancer. I feel you. Let's see. The Damn It Chase and Covington was a dream come true. I love that. That makes me happy. I know. He's a nice one, huh?
Oh, thanks, Juan.
He's a good egg.
Thanks, Juan.
Yeah, your boyfriend is a Cancer. There you go. It's like fire signs and Cancers in particular. My grandma was a Scorpio. I love it. My kids are Scorpios.
Lots of them.
Oh my God. Scorpios, some of my dearest friends have been Scorpios, but I'm like, I gotta not be in the sexual, romantic side of things with y'all because you are addicting and you're also dangerous to me. Dangerous to my feelings. Who's a Scorpio on this thread? Kat. Oh my God. Hey, Kat. I love it.
And Kat from Twitch.
I
First
love
thing
it.
I've seen Kat say. Hey, Kat.
Hello. Okay, so we have more time. What should we do? Do you
wanna
guys want to
draw more
pose
cards?
questions? Do we want to draw more cards?
Yeah, I'll say, do y'all want us to... that's in Crowdcast. Shit. Maybe I should try Crowdcast. I would say you can post. That's the way I did the last time. The other thing when we did our music rehearsal that was through Crowdcast.
Oh, that's how you're doing it. I don't know anything.
Because that's...
I have an
Well,
old
I could
laptop.
also... I
turn
could
on the
play a
computer,
concert
that's
through
it.
this too, just like this, if I wanted to.
Liz, my mom's also a Gemini. We could have a whole other stream on that. Oh, you have a question for us? Give it to us. This is fun.
Kiara, please pose the question and we'll hopefully be able to answer it. Where was the second place you met? LOL. Was it a play party in the Hollywood Hills?
Yeah.
Sex party in the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah. It was, yeah. And I went with a guy.
Liz, let's do questions we post. Okay.
I love it.
That's why we're here. What kind of party? It was a sex party.
It was.
Next.
Very small group of people. And I went with a guy that I, like, barely knew.
This was before the pandemic, guys. This is long before the pandemic. Long before the pandemic.
And yeah, and I just abandoned my date that night. I was like, Bobby, it was so nice to see you again. I'm gonna go over here. He was like, no worries, dude, enjoy. What's a trait, mannerism, oh God. What's a trait or mannerism the other has that drove you crazy at the beginning, but now you miss when you're apart for hours or days? I knew that, I just wanted you to say it, lol. Yeah, what is a trait that drove me nuts in the beginning? I have one. Chase saying cheesy shit to me. Just cheesy things.
You like that now?
Yes, now it's endearing to me, but originally I was just like, this guy says weird stuff. And then another thing he did one time that I thought was absolutely bizarre, he had just gotten a tattoo.
This one?
He had just gotten a tattoo, and at a public event, he whipped out some freaking Neosporin and was like, putting it on the tattattoo in front of people.
I'm gonna take care of myself. Who fucking cares what people think?
And I was like, what is wrong with this person? And
you knew. Taking care of the tattoo.
But now that kind of
Makes
thing
sense, right?
I love about you, because here's something I'll tell you guys. Chase does not give a flying fuck what anybody thinks about him being himself. He really doesn't care. He's really just like, well, this is how I am, take it or leave it. And now I really...
Squeaky in the elevator.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Squeaks his shoes, takes 10 hours drinking water. What about me? What's a mannerism or trait that used to drive you nuts, but now you love me? That's medically smart, lol.
It's funny, even a lot of the things, like the little food things, you know, and like things that I'll chuckle about, like that you're just cute quirks about you know, that you could also potentially see as, oh, that was annoying, but at the same time, that's what I love.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I definitely think I'm annoying. Like, I'm under no delusions that I'm not annoying as fuck. Like, I'm positive. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I saw another one up here. I want to know if the party was similar to the Lost in You video.
Thanks, Artinos.
Maybe. It was very easy to film that. Let's see. Is that where the concept came from?
Hey, Coffee Casual from Twitch.
Basically,
thank you. The
kind
emotes. Nice.
Oh, how do you know when
I got some emotes coming, by the way.
So this is a good question. How do you know when you're in love?
That's a really good question. That's a hard one.
I can only speak really
I used to question a lot until I got to the point of such a comfortable level of, I don't know, I guess when you knew enough that you're like, yeah, this is something it would be worth investing, you know, the rest of my life in, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Within the capacity that I'm comfortable with, like the way I want it. You know what I'm saying? Like the life I want to build.
Yeah.
I see that as possible. I don't know. That is a point where you feel that enough for the other person that it's like, it's okay. No matter what happens, we'll be able to make it through, you know, right? Unless, of course, it's like, we're not.
Right.
Unless somebody's going to be like, chop, sever, like whatever.
I think it's hard to, I don't really think I've ever been in love before after having been in this relationship. And the reason I think that is because this is just very different. I feel very much like myself in this relationship. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's how you know when you're in love, when you've incorporated another person really fully and you still feel exactly like yourself. That would be, oh my God, not gonna lie, you're lucky this boobies.
Yeah, I know, I saw that. Artinos, thanks. Artinos, thanks for the follow on Twitch and the boob comment. You rock.
You rock.
She loves the boobs. I love the boobs. Everybody loves the boobs. Okay.
Is there something you've learned from the other that you now incorporate in your life? Yes. Chase is very organized. I am not. And he's got me making lists all over the place. Now I got fucking reminders going off in my phone, and I, you know, putting on like just so extra with the list making. But now I do it too, and I get it. It really helps. What have you learned from me that you now incorporate into your life?
Well, you have really given me more perspective on patience, I think. That's allowed me to kind of start learning how to calm myself in a different way that I haven't been able to, I think.
That's nice.
Which is always great to have in a partner.
I'm glad to hear that, because I feel like my patients are like,
Yep.
When are we getting married? Asking for a friend. Okay, so here's our thing about marriage. In my mind, we're already married.
Where did you see that?
Because I've never, right there. When are y'all getting married? Asking for a friend. Because I've never lived with a partner before, so me moving in here was essentially like me getting married. I don't know. Yes, somebody saw it. Suspicious of marriage, because I'm suspicious of the way relationships tend to change when you get married. And I never wanted to get married. Now I would totally get married. I mostly want a wedding. We low-key talked about this the other day. We're like, what if we could just have like a wedding, like a party, but we didn't like sign any paperwork? What if like, and another thing, I also never wanted children. Like I was extremely firm on the no children thing. Like if my mom's tuning in for this part, she's going to be fucking thrilled. And Chase really does want children. And I have changed my mind. So the theory is now, if I don't have to give birth to them, if they don't have to come out of my personal business, I would raise a child with you. I would prefer to adopt a child. He would prefer to have one. So someone's going to have to be my surrogate. So if anybody on this chat is interested being a surrogate for my child, no. But seriously, because I'm not doing that. I am not giving birth to a child. It freaks me out. I can't. It freaks me out. It gives me anxiety. Yeah, I can't do. But we do like the same girl name. So that was easy. We gotta, if we had a kid, we gotta have a daughter.
Iris in your eye.
Isn't Iris Coleman a really cute name? Come on, that's cute as fuck. Tear, what do you think?
Lonely sigh.
Oh my
What's
god.
the question?
What do you think?
It's a wonder you're so scared. Lonely words. They tend to die.
I love it. The Hubs and I eloped. It was just us and
Iris,
our friends, and
exactly.
everything. That's really cool.
She heard me say Iris. Thank you. Yeah.
I think that's a really cute name.
That's the song I was just singing is one of my top favorite songs, and interesting enough, it's called Iris. It's called Iris.
I love it. Liz already has a surrogate set up for me. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just don't. I can't. Not only with like the changing body thing, but there's something. I saw my best friend have a baby. Freaked me out. Never. I was like, you have to wear adult diapers. I can't do it. I'm not cut out for it. Those of you that have kids and you gave birth to them are actual real life superheroes, and you deserve like a freaking stipend from the government for having to go through something like that. You should be independently wealthy for having that happen. My mom did 23 hours of labor with me, no drugs.
Shit.
23 hours. No drugs.
Fucking, that's insane, bro.
So then when I'm an asshole, it's like...
Yeah.
23 hours, no drugs. Yeah, I love the idea of a spiritual wedding. Patty, you're kind of dead on.
What's up, Christian in Peru? Facebook.
I love the idea of a spiritual
Christian in Peru,
wedding.
what's up, dude?
Because that's what matters to me anyway, really.
Yeah.
But I'm like, the running joke is like, I was like, well, we're like already married. I live in the house with you. That was it. There was my commitment. That's what you get. We wear rings too. Not on the engagement hand, but we wear it on the right hand. Now flip off the camera.
Right there.
Yeah, so we do wear rings. I love that. Why not have a photo shoot of you getting married but not make it official? That's exactly... My girl is in my mind. She knows. Exactly. I loved being pregnant, labor and after. Oh, yeah, that's tough. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Elena's a really pretty name.
That's from TVD as well. It's the main character's
I didn't call for an epidural until... Oh, God. You guys, I can't do it. The pain. I can't. The pain.
Hey, David from Facebook. What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in.
Kids give you hell, and I don't think it's worth all the drama. I know. That's how I feel.
I want you both at Josh and I's wedding. Wherever you guys. Yes. No rush. Of course. Take your time. We're doing the same.
Yes.
One day we'll have our ceremony. We'll have our pretend wedding.
I just want to wear the dress. I want to wear the dress. I want to hang out with my friends and my family. My sister's getting married in August, and I know that will most likely change my opinion. When my sister gets married, I'm probably going to want to, because I'm going to be like, oh, it's cool. Maddie did it and it was fun. Because I like everything Maddie likes. My sister's 4 years younger than me, but she's like way cooler than me. So like anything she does, I'm like, I want to do it too. It's reversed.
I hope we've excelled in our careers to the point where we're just like, I'll get that.
Someone's at the door.
Or at the point where we're like, hey, fuck it. Let's spend millions on our wedding. You know what I mean?
Kiara, yeah, I absolutely don't don't blame you. If I had something that was really brutal, genetically speaking, I don't know that I could, like, ethically pass that on. Paris is an adorable name. We have a friend, and he has an 18-year-old daughter named Paris, and it's, like, it's so cute, and she's, like, kind of edgy, and, like, it's an adorable name. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. Weddings and, yeah, that's exactly... Okay, Patty, legitimately, I have done nothing. I'm the maid of honor. I have done 0 things. My sister's best friend is doing everything that I should be doing, so I'm already just copping out on the planning. I'm already just trying to show up on the day and just have fun. Oh my god, yes, please hook us up with some outfits if we're... Are those for me?
These are for you. They just arrived for Valentine's Day.
That's really nice.
Should I be winking at the camera, guys?
Did you time that on purpose?
Well, I kind of hoped it would come during this, to be honest with you. I was like, that would be perfect.
That's nice. Thank you.
I mean, not that it mattered that much. Either way, I just wanted you to get them. I'm glad we got them before we left, because we're gonna go to the beach later and have a picnic together.
Should I open this? I'm gonna open this card and see what it says.
Yes.
Gives me instructions.
Thanks, Rachel.
Happy Valentine's Day to my beautiful worm. I love you.
My beautiful worm.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
people think the worm thing is so weird. Worm has become a term of endearment. We call the dog the worm. And so now we call each other worm, and we do it all the time. And I think people, these are so beautiful, and I love the colors, and I'm gonna sniff them right now.
But you'll still consider.
Those smell really, sniff them. Those smell really
Yeah,
good.
they're roses.
Did you get this from the place next door?
The Sunnies. Yeah.
I love-
Right, normally. Yeah. You said the other
He's
day.
so
"Is that
good,
what-"
you
In
guys.
fact, when
He
you
always
said that, I
gets
think
me
I'd
little
already ordered
presents.
them. I'd already ordered them when you asked that the other day. I was like, "Is that where you get five for me?"
That's nuts.
I was like, "Yep, I already ordered some."
You know something else we
Ordered
did?
way ahead of time.
He also made plans for us today, and I didn't have to do it, and I really appreciate that. Yes, let's put them in the frame. I really little set decoration. And I really appreciate that because I always kind of wanted somebody to put an effort for me. You know, that was always my
Somebody that deserves
fantasy.
it, definitely. Yes. Of
Oh,
course.
that's cute. My girl is Sadie, first 2 letters of her first and middle name. That's so cute. I like that a lot. Making like a hybrid first and middle name as a nickname is really adorable. I like the worm thing. Yes. How good is that meme where it's like, my girlfriend's crying because she said I said I wouldn't be with her if she turned into a worm. I was like, that is so funny. And you know who sent that to me is my dad's legal secretary, who I absolutely fucking love. She's so cool. And she sent me this, and I was like, Savannah knows my life. Hi, Liz.
Oh,
Welcome.
baby.
Oh, we've got a baby.
You want to come up here? Somebody's
We've
here.
got a Stevie worm. All right, should we do a few more cards? What
Sure.
time is it?
Let's draw
We
a few
got
more.
time. You guys aren't bored, right? You would tell
Draw a
us?
few more, yes.
Okay.
Here, you want me to draw one?
Yeah, draw one.
All right, I got this one.
Don't knock my Gatorade
You
over,
want to come up here, little girl, and get your fur all over her black pants?
Yeah, she does. She wants to.
Why do you think your work is more important than mine?
Okay.
Interesting.
Will we do the same work? Okay, no. Here's something that's like a consistent fight. You guys ready? I believe that, because I work a day job, I'm a teacher, I believe that if I'm teaching in the living room, Chase should shut up because he's over there playing video games, which is not work, in my opinion. He thinks that I should go in the other room and shut the door and be all wedged in an uncomfortable space because I'm working, because his games are more important. I think that is crap. In fact, I drafted an email about all the reasons I think it's crap that I have yet to send to you, but I'm going to. And that is when I think my work is more important than yours.
All right. I think that no matter what some individual is doing in the place they live, whether it be work, playing games, talking on the phone, having a Zoom call, singing, whatever the hell they want to be doing, I think they should be allowed to do it in a common area and not be told consistently regularly throughout the week that they're not allowed to do what they want to do in their common area. That's
Thank
why,
you. Someone agrees
and
with
I
me.
feel like that's why most people have bedrooms and offices and things, so they can close doors and have private areas.
Well, then he
so
can
that
go in the bedroom or
so that
office.
they
How about
won't,
that?
So that they won't be disturbed. So, you know, I already solved the problem and set this studio up so that I can close the door. And now the only thing
move
is
this right here.
when I yell, the only thing is that now she can still kind of hear me. The only problem is you can't see the chat.
I know, but I can't see it there either, but I could see around a little
I
better.
was going to try it over here. Hold on.
I know. We're doing flowerography.
Yeah, that's
Thank you, take the games into the bedroom. Thank you, but if she's working, all caps, thank you very much. See, I knew I was right. I was positive. Thank you. You
But
can't
why?
miss one.
But then why does it have to be in the living room? Why can't it be?
Because it's easier for me to do my job in the living room. I feel more comfortable. I can.
But we're
it
in
takes
a,
a
we're-
lot of energy
we're-
to do that
We're
job.
in a pandemic, and it's not like I can just leave the apartment easily sometimes and do like what. It's
I think
kind
you
of like.
should have to go upstais in the bedroom, or you should have to come in here and not
See,
me.
but there is no
made
there's
my
no
boyfriend
space in
have
the
a
bedroom
room for his
upstairs, and I
things.
can't set up in that office. This is the only way it would work. Is in here. Because if I was in the office upstairs, it would still be loud.
Anyway,
Because I'm right above you.
pretty sure I've proven my point. Okay, pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure no one's on your
All right,
side
draw
about
another-
this
draw
particular.
another.
He's like, just draw another card. You can draw one. Ooh, well, so many sex questions. Would you ever choose porn over me? Why or why not?
No, porn's fake.
I know.
It's fucking acting, and it's
I
a lot
know.
of times cheesy as fuck. Honestly, a lot of porn we find is shitty. You know, it's like, how long does it take?
Forever.
Sorry, my little love. Sometimes we look at porn when we have sex, and sometimes we don't. And so it's just like, you know, how long? Sometimes it takes us a while, right? We're like going through like, we gotta find something that's
Alex,
actually.
I can't. If
Either the
someone
girl's
says
like
something
trying to,
weird,
or the guy's being, or it's just like,
or the
or the
girl's
music,
doing
or
that
it's.
sound, I can't.
It's
I
like
know.
sometimes it's just
Music's
distracting
bad.
and
You
annoying.
can't. Someone says something weird. Someone has bad, bad makeup distracts me. I know that sounds ridiculous, but like bad makeup is very distracting. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta just have it exactly right. So, no, I would never choose porn over you.
No.
Ever.
Yes. Who would struggle more if we broke up?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
You know, it's hard to say that. We only know what we
would-
feel,
yeah,
right? I only know.
would-
I know how.
I would be fucking.
I just know how it would probably just take so long.
I would be
It'd take
so fucking
long to,
devastated.
like,
I would be so
recover
devastated.
from something like that.
I would be sick. I have
You
nightmares.
would. I would not recover in certain ways. You know, it would probably be a solidifying point of like, yeah, that then just solidified what I was already thinking.
If that didn't
before 3 fuck however whatever, like before
I
that.
just got tissue attached to my lipstick. Do I have white things on my?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Coffee's like, porn is a comedy. It's awful and not sexy. But
It is, and you're just like, but in your mind, you're like, maybe I'll still find something. Now
Wow,
playing
Ray
chai
says-
latte, the worm latte.
My little baby girl.
Chase would struggle more, I think.
Which is mine.
I love you guys. I don't know. I would be so heartbroken. Please don't break up with me.
I don't plan to do
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I think Chase would have PTSD. I was telling him about my
That's
cat. He's a pain in the butt, but he's a cutie.
that. That's so funny.
Yeah. No, I don't know. That would just be awful. Let's not break up and then we don't have to worry about it. I would be so sad. I'd be so depressed. I'd have to like move home. I'd have to like move in with my parents. I know. Change the subject. I know.
Yeah, get another one.
I was like,
And
no,
I was
we're
like,
done. We're
stop.
done. Ooh, okay. What is / was your greatest fear of a long-term committed relationship?
What is / was my greatest fear of a long-term relationship? I guess just getting stuck in something that felt like I was having to sacrifice so much that I was unhappy and that I was too afraid to get out. You know, I don't know. And like,
Oh, Patty, that's gonna get me. What you just
What is
said
it?
is gonna get me a little bit.
it's nice to see Chase. Oh,
That's gonna get me a little bit.
yeah. Worming.
I can't do this, dude. I'm not
Worming.
adult enough for this.
Worming.
Oh my god.
Beautiful
She
little
just
worm.
like got me. Patty, you just got me. Okay, what is your greatest fear of a long-term committed relationship?
Coffee said, "You guys are gorgeous. Would have amazing."
Oh, why? Thank you. Yeah. What is your greatest fear? So you were saying getting stuck in something that would be boring.
No.
Oh, that was my answer.
Not boring. That's what you said.
That's my biggest fear is like fucking being
like that
bored.
you weren't happy and that you felt like you were just having to sacrifice so much and
Yeah.
that you never felt like you were. That's kind of what I was struggling with on the reverse. Like I was worried
Yeah.
that you would eventually just be like, I'm fucking done, you know, because I'm just so difficult sometimes to get along with. Sometimes I am.
Sometimes you can.
And it's just like, and I know where it stems from.
But you know that though, and that's what makes the difference. It's like, I have
a
patience.
self-destructive streak that sometimes tries to take control.
Yeah.
And it's that whole kind of thing of kind of sticking the right area too. Sometimes I think it's stuck with a rightness thing, you know what I mean?
Burn it to the ground.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like,
vibe.
you know what, I'm going down with this fucking ship, so to speak. And it's like, why are you trying to have pride here?
Where's the ship?
Be happy.
Like...
Yeah, be happy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think, no, coffee casual, you're right. Something, like, being able to be bored is definitely a thing, but again, I'm gonna blame my astrology. Sagittarius, I can't do it. I can't be bored long term, and I have had relationships with people, Stevie would have PTSD issue, my girl. I've had relationships with people where they were really wonderful people, and I was just so not stimulated. But conversation didn't stimulate me, sex didn't stimulate me, nothing. Like, I just appreciated them for their humanity, but I was just bored the entire time. And I think that's my biggest fear. I always thought, like, God, 6 months into things, I get really bored. 6 months into things, I get bored with the person. And now I'm like, oh no, it's because it wasn't the right fit. You are not boring to me at all. At all. We can talk about the same shit over and over again. I don't find it boring. We hang out together every day, all
It's so funny
day
because you know
long.
what? I got into a lot of redundant shit because of you. Judge Judy, Dr. Phil, a lot of the true crime shit. You don't understand how redundant it is. Half the time I'm like, haven't we heard this one? You're like, I don't know, I think so. Because half the time we have, I don't know, it's like... I don't know, but I love it all. Is what's the funny part about it? It's not redundant, but
Chase
you would look at it as
Judge
being that
Judy,
way.
you guys. You
Yeah,
don't
it's
know
fantastic.
of
I wrote
Chase's
to her.
love
I was
of
trying to
Judge
get one of my
Judy.
cases with her.
Yeah, he wrote to her. We also
a couple
wrote
of
to Dr.
cases coming up soon, guys. I'll share that. I'll probably share that with you guys when it starts happening.
Yeah, Liz, exactly. If a relationship's not the right fit, I think it gets really boring in a certain way, which is different than what Coffee Casual is saying, which I also totally agree with, which is like being bored is part of a like you have to be able to be bored together. My therapist that I see talks to me about that a lot, and she's like, what's with the fear around boredom and neutrality? I don't totally know yet. It's something I have to think about, I guess. Judge Judy's an alumni from your high school? Holy shit, dude.
That's amazing.
We love Judge Judy.
Yeah, we do.
She's so mean, and she reminds me of my grandma. And then I was on the phone with my grandma the other night, and she was like, I love Judge Judy. She's mean. And I was like, yes. Just like you, Granny. Wait, who has a criminal I didn't know that, Colleen. I didn't know you had a criminal justice degree. That's so cool. We have to talk more about that.
Definitely.
All right. Am I picking one or are you picking one?
Your turn.
What would make you leave me?
That hurt my heart.
That hurts my feelings.
It's a betrayal of the sort of like probably like sex with somebody else completely behind my fucking back or something, and it was premeditated. That would show me that you completely disregarded everything we had built, and you intentionally tried to manipulate something to get what you wanted. And it would be very. I wouldn't be able to trust you if ever. I don't know. It would have to sever it all and just do my own thing for a long time to ever know if I ever wanted to come out. You know what I mean? But that I don't even want to think about that. I don't ever want that to happen. I know you won't do that. I trust you. I know, and I know on the reverse too.
I cheated on a partner one time, you guys, and after I did that, I mean, of course, I called and confessed like 5 hours later because I'm the guiltiest conscious person. It felt awful. I was like, this is really gross, and this is not aligned with like my moral compass whatsoever. And Coffee Casual, these are called The And. We should we'll link these like on our Instagram or something. The cover looks like that. There's cards inside.
Probably find them on Amazon. Type in The And.
I can also just send you guys the link.
Game. Yeah.
But I've also been the
video.
cheater, and I've been the cheatee in somebody else's relationship. I had a friend sleep with me when he had a girlfriend, and I allowed it twice. And that also felt absolutely horrible, and it almost ruined our friendship. We bounced back from that, thank God. But it taught us both a big lesson, and regardless, obviously my undying love for you aside, I just can't ever behave that way again, because it just is so misaligned with the kind of person that I believe in being. So that's really not going to happen. On top of it, you're my favorite. Everyone is gross except for you.
Yeah, they're my favorite. Everything else is extracurricular. It's just extra. Not necessary.
Yeah, not necessary. I think the thing that would maybe make me, the only thing I think that would make me leave you is if you ever, like if there was something that was non-negotiable for me and you just blew it off and said, well, this is who I am and you're just going to deal with it instead of trying to work on yourself. I think that would be the place where I pulled out, is if you ever just said, no, this is how it's going to be and you can deal with it or get out. I would get out. Taylor and I have the same situations. Yep. Didn't feel guilty for cheating for valid reasons. And that happens too. I'm sorry for anyone that got cheated on. It's so gross.
You can eventually get to a point where you just justify because you're like, you've been abused, or mentally you feel at least,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a gross feeling.
I think we have time maybe for one more. Do you want me to draw it?
Yeah, draw it. Grab something out of the center. Oh yeah, it's 1:58. This was so fast.
When do I embarrass you the most? It's a funny one to do. When do I embarrass you the most?
Chase embarrasses me when he has tantrums in public. Social tantrums. Sometimes Chase doesn't like the way a person talks to him, or he feels like bullied or triggered, and he kind of acts like a kid. And you're like,
trauma response.
Yeah, well, I don't really want it. Okay, well, if that's how you're going to talk. And I'm like, oh my God, you're being so embarrassing.
I think people should just, be polite. I don't think people need to be childish. I think that we've grown up. I don't think there's ever any reason to make somebody feel embarrassed ever, just because, they potentially aren't educated on a certain issue or they aren't familiar with a certain genre of something. You know what I mean? I'm probably as guilty as anybody else, but I think certain people are different than others in the sense where you have this. I don't know. I'm gonna just stop right there.
What about me embarrasses you?
What?
In public?
When do I embarrass you the most?
Or even not in public, I guess. When do I
probably the reverse of that. When you correct me in public, I get very childlike and embarrassed.
I do.
And upset.
I do.
And embarrassed.
In public, it's not nice, and I do it.
I'm like, don't treat me like a kid.
I sometimes get a control issue with the way I worry that somebody around me is being perceived, because it's a reflection on me, and I can get, when really it's not my business, and I really have no right to be correcting anybody for how they express themselves, but sometimes I do it, and yeah, I bet that does embarrass you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We've worked through it. We've learned.
Maybe.
I could even tell, like, recently at situations when you did this, and I knew what you were doing.
Like,
and I had to become self-aware. And then I got self-conscious, thinking, did everybody see that? Oh, no.
I've started doing the hand or leg squeeze, because sometimes Chase will just start on something, and I'm like...
Rachel's like, oh my God, Josh caressed me all the time. It doesn't matter.
Oh my God, and you get so mad. Yeah, because it's like rude and annoying. Oh, am I similar to your BF? Liz, you are Chase and I'm your boyfriend, basically. That's what we've learned from this thing. That's I gotta work on not correcting people. That's gross. No one wants that. Question for both of you. Oh yeah, let's answer one more. Okay, what is your love language? Words of affirmation and physical touch.
Mine is much more like physical touch, or I think acts of service. Yeah. Acts of service is physical touch, probably. Less words. Words will come in there around second or third, though, maybe.
Words are literally all I care about. I'm not joking. You could literally like run me over with a car and be like, I love you so much. You're so perfect. And I'm just forgiven.
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. In my life, there have been situations where I feel like words have been overused so much around me, and I kind of have thought, everybody can say whatever the fuck they want. It's always the actions I see that count more. And I don't know. And I guess that's just that's what I've learned and grown up on. But then there are people that are very opposite, and words are very important, This is one right here. Yeah.
That's me. Words are very important.
That's been an interesting journey for us to, understand that about each other and get to that where we can communicate that to each other,
I give him a script. I'm like, repeat this to me. When I'm upset, I'm like, repeat what I'm about to say to you. Say this. And he's like, oh, well, I can't do that because, like, you just said it. I'm like, I am giving you the solution. Repeat what I just said, because it's what I want to hear, and then I'll get over it. Such a words of affirmation person. Anyways,
guys, thank you for tuning in.
We love you.
We love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Stevie wishes you right?
Stevie wishes you all happy Valentine's Day.
Hold on, she needs to talk for us. Talk for us. Say something like you're a baby.
She talks all day, and then the one time you're trying to get her to do something.
Talk. Meow.
Meow meow. You little doodles.
Okay, she's just gonna be quiet right now.
She's gonna be quiet. She's only gonna meow when I'm
Normally
trying to rest.
meow when I touch you.
Trying to nap. We love you guys so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time.
Yes.
This was the best quarantine Valentine's Day.
And by the way, really quick, before we make sure all the socials we have are down below. Follow us wherever you can, please. I noticed that Colleen did. Thank you on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You're awesome. And you probably have gotten follows too, I hope. Also,
sure I have.
if you guys are on Twitch, you go ahead and look below the Twitch stream in the panels, and you'll see my schedule on there. Go subscribe to my schedule on there. You can also go over to Taylor's page, subscribe to her schedule. I don't know if that's up there.
I don't even have a freaking schedule, but yeah.
You'll see when we schedule these. Literally, you can also get notifications. And let us know in the comments and more. Be vocal about what kinds of these. We should do these maybe once a month.
What kinds of things interest
This was
you guys?
fun. We talked. We got to hang out with you guys. Hey, Vivi, thanks for hanging out. And and then let us know what you think. Yeah, and that's it.
We
Thank
appreciate
you so much.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's. Bye, guys.
Bye.